Exceptional rage, endless fight, patriot bulldozer, leading the way, crushing all foes, making them pay. Flag in hand, fury in eyes, screams of pride, ignoring lies. Iron grip, ruthless and cold. American dream, fierce and bold. Bow before the storm, unstoppable wave. Marching forward, no soul to save. Bulldozer's wrath, tearing apart. Exceptionalism, fire in the heart. No retreat, no surrender. Bulldozer's force, a savage offender. Red, white, blue, burning bright. In the chaos, he finds delight. Blazing trails of destruction left. In the name of the blessed, the theft. Freedom's price, a crimson blade. Bulldozer, savage again, legend made. Bow before the storm, unstoppable wave. Marching forward, no soul to save. Bulldozer's wrath, tearing apart. Exceptionalism, fire in the heart. Blazing trails of destruction left. In the name of the blessed, the theft. Freedom's price, a crimson blade. Bulldozer, savage of fate, legend made. Bow before the storm, unstoppable wave. Marching forward, no soul to save. Bulldozer's wrath, tearing apart. Exceptionalism, fire in the heart.
Good evening, everybody. Hope you all are having a thoroughly enjoyable Thursday evening. Welcome to the Dozer Den. If you have not yet smashed that like button yet, go ahead and give it a good thumping. Or you could lean in real close to the like button, whisper sweet nothings in his ear to big deep. Oh, and we do not want to be like creepy Uncle Joe Biden. No, no, no. But you must smash that like button. And I get it. You get excited about the like button from time to time. I do too. It happens. But if you must hit it more than once, you must hit it at least thrice. For if you hit it twice, it'll cancel it out. And we don't want to do that. We want to be proud killdozers here in the Dozer Den. Thank you guys so much for joining. I see Yanni Fangs, Wise Elk, Cass, lovely mod in the chat, Bartavello. Good to see everybody. Killdozers are cool. A rolling pile of AR 500 plate. What's not to like? That's right. That's right. AR? Yeah. Or OR? Absolutely. But yes, if you could share this stream out with your loved ones, your friends, your family, your ex-girlfriends, boyfriends, Zers, and friends. I'm not judging. Just keep it consensual between adults and preferably behind closed doors. If you didn't know, I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Central. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday streams, we cover 3 to 4 news topics, have some palate cleansers kind of sprinkled throughout. And at Saturdays, it's a decompress, a chill stream, a hangout stream. And we take music video requests for the Dozer Den DJ Hour, where you can rock out with your cock out, jam out with your clam out. Those are the only two options. If you're intersex, you have to pick a lane for the love of God. We are streaming to Rumble. We are on pill.net. Get you a dose of that good stuff on pill.net. Take your meds. Okay? Take your meds. I'm trying to figure out a good catchphrase for pilled. Dose of the good stuff. I kind of like that. It feels right. But also, I don't want people abusing prescription meds. So I'm conflicted. I think it works. A dose of the good stuff in the Dozer Den on pill.net. Ha! Some alliteration there. You guys like that? I like that. We are on BitChute, BITCHUTE. We got like 17 subscribers over there now. How about you? We are on the dozerden.locals.com for at least the first 30 minutes until we get more paying members over there. If we get more paying members, I think 50, which it's $5 a month over there. So $5 a month, and we'll be able to stream way longer than 30 minutes, apparently. That's what they tell me. Cool thing about the dozerden.locals.com, it's one of the most free speech live chats on the interwebs. No genitalia, no threats of ending people. That's about the only restrictions that you have. It's pretty easy parameters. I would say. And you get to participate in the comments section. You can post things that you find interesting over there in the dozerden.locals.com. And you'll have all the benefits of a Rumble subscription. That's right. Your name will be lit up in the most beautiful shade of MAGA red. That's right. You'll catch a Rumble rash. It'll be great. It's oozing with patriotism, and the only treatment is more America. That's right. That's all it is. It's the only treatment. And you'll get access to a plethora of wondrous, stupendous, fantabulous emotes. Some animated, some not, but hopefully all at least a little bit entertaining. Hopefully. Thank you so much, D Doodle over there on pill.net with the red pill in the repost. Killdozer's Codpiece. Thank you so much for sharing this stream out, guys. You can repost this stream on pill.net on Rumble. You can share it by putting the link, copying and pasting the link, and putting it on all the places that you may frequent. And I appreciate the heck out of that. We must spread the word so that we may welcome more Killdozers into the Killdozer army. Currently, metaphorical, probably going to stay that way. Probably. What's up, S. Henson? What's up, fuckers? Yo. Guys, if you haven't followed Common Censored yet, go ahead and give Sterling a follow. He streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6:45-ish Eastern for about 3 to 4 hours, sometimes a little bit longer, I think. When he gets a little bit gets to feeling a little bit froggy. It's passionate, wound up. I get that way too sometimes. Today, I'm thinking we're probably going to have a 2-hour show. Now, I know I've said that in the past, and I'm a dirty, rotten liar most of the time. But my head hurts, and I have been up, didn't even have work today. I was off work today, but guess what I got to do? I got to take Lady Dozer's van to the glass shop. Because, I threw a rock at the back glass last Saturday with the mower, because I suck. I was there for about 2.5 hours to get a back glass replaced. The reason, they took all the back stuff off, got all the glass out of the door, right, where the plastic is. So they took all that stuff apart so they could get the glass pieces out. Great. But then they weren't able to open the back hatch of the van. It kept doing a little stutter, and then it would close back. That took an hour itself. I helped. They helped. We shook it a lot. Took the air compressor. Ended up, they just had to put a little lube on it. Sometimes when things aren't working, sometimes you just gotta put some lube on it, guys. You gotta spray the lube on there, okay? It's very important. Lubrication is important. It's very good for your health. Very important that sometimes you just gotta, to get things to work right, you gotta get some lube on there. Okay? But it finally worked. And then, it's what it felt like. And then, freaking, the dome light wouldn't shut off. So they were trying to figure out what that was. They thought it might have been a rusted wire or a latch sensor might have been off. Ended up, it cracked me up. It was like a video game cheat code. She goes, well, I turned it on, turned it off, turned it back on again, backed up, pulled forward, and then it was working. And I'm like, up, down, left, right, A, B, select, enter. Okay, cheat code. Hooray, we did it. Yes. If we get him drunk, I'll stay up later. You damn right I will on Saturdays. Guys, on Saturdays, I do take music video requests on Saturday. And, if I get to $20 worth of donations, I usually do a little bit of Cork Pop ASMR on Saturdays only, or Thursdays when it's a birthday stream like it was last week. Yeah, we do have a damn good time on Saturday streams for the Dozer Den DJR. It's a chill stream. It's a hangout stream. We just, sometimes you got to get away from the bullcrap. There's been a lot of bullcrap today, though, guys, since I made the stream link. Oh my gosh, there's been a lot that's gone. And Comey was indicted. That's pretty cool. But are we going to see him actually be held accountable? That's yet to be seen. Apparently, a Biden judge got the case. So, and it depends on the jury, depends on the jurisdiction that he's getting, charged in. I haven't really looked into it. I just kind of heard about it as I was doing DoorDash, because that's what I was doing this evening till about 9:08 when I got back to the house, and had a little bit of dinner with Lady Dozer before I came up here to hang out with you amazing killdozers here in the Dozer Den. Guys, every night can be a hat goal night. If we hit $50 worth of donations, I'll put on a fancy hat, such as this lovely hat. It's a Hatter hat, but it also is green and has a buckle, and I happen to be a short son of a gun. So if you want to call it a leprechaun hat, well, then top of the morning to ye. We get a little bit frisky with our hats now. I'm a man of many hats. I do have the faux tricorn hat with a feather in it, and when you put a feather in your cap, you call it macaroni. Yes, indeed. But you do not have to support the Dozer Den monetarily, but if you are able to, I appreciate the heck out of you. You can do that with Rumble Rants. You can gift subs. That's right. You can shower the chat with your love, or spray the chat with your love. I'm not going to judge what verb you want to use, but I appreciate it. Hey, what's up, Freedom Butterfly? Oh my god, came into the stream and thought you were talking about why flew to get things done. The van, okay? For the van, the back door. It was for the back door of the van. you gotta put lube on the back door, guys. Oh god, it works now though. It works. What's up, Freedom Butterfly? Metal Mouth 2874. Good to see Good to see each and every one of you. Don't forget to smash the like button, guys. Commenting in the comment section is caring, and periodically throughout the stream, I will be checking to see who has reposted the stream to spread it far and wide on Rumble. I get notifications for Pilled whenever I see a repost and a red pill, so I usually shout those out whenever they happen, but Rumble does not have that notification yet, so if that pops up, then, we'll do that. But yes, Comey, fuck that guy. Oh, I think I'm streaming to YouTube. Yep, I'm streaming to YouTube tonight. Don't know why, but I am. So that's there. There probably won't be anybody watching over there on the YouTubes, but if you wanted to follow me there, I mean, Bill Dozer 74. I haven't really been putting much on there. Every now and then I'll put a short up, like the hummingbird moth. That was kind of nice. Yeah, Mini Dozer's doing better. He's still a little snotty, but he slept really, really well last night. But that boy went like a day and a half without pooping. That's not normal for a little 2.5-year-old. And he got Lady Dozer today. He got her. He went outside. He said he wanted to go outside to poop. He's not potty trained yet, but he wanted to go outside, and I guess that's where he felt comfortable, and that's, I guess, where he let it loose. I got her. I was glad I was out door dashing whenever that was happening. Had a decent night at DoorDash. I did bottom out the cruise just a little bit one time because, why would people want to turn their porch lights on for people and have a little bit of light to where I could see a big old pothole? Wouldn't want to do that. Wouldn't want to help out your dasher. Gosh. He's feeling better, though, and thank you guys so much for the well wishes and for the prayers for him. He was not feeling very good. Didn't want to eat. Didn't want to drink. Just a fussy little dude, so... yeah, they say they are. That's a pilot program, apparently. So you had a bunch of the people like Alex Jones and Fuentes that got on there, and apparently their pilot program to unban or let people come back to the platform hasn't been activated yet. That's what they're saying. So I guess it's when is that going to happen? I agree. Fuck YouTube. Let's say that on YouTube. But they freaking bent to the Biden administration and literally were banning people at the behest of that is, hey guys, Antifa little soy fags. Just so you know, this is definitely not going anywhere on the YouTubes. That's actual fascism. When the government is literally telling a private organization what it's supposed to do, that's fascist. government and private merging to one and being controlled by the government. That's fascism. Not somebody telling you they don't like you. Not somebody saying something, what's up, I make bears over there on pill.net. Haven't seen you in the chat. Thank you so much for hanging out here in the Dozer Den this evening. If you didn't know, I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Central. That's right, 4 days a week. Although this week I did not, I wasn't able to do Monday because work stuff and the mini Dozer was sick. So I was dealing with the fussies, and my God, that night was rough. He woke up from 3 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. screaming bloody murder. It sucked. It really, really sucked. And I'm just like, Lady Dozer, are you sure you want to even entertain? She keeps talking like she wants to have another kid. Eh. That was rough. That was rough, guys. Yeah, just your left nut. They're not good enough for the right nut, too, right, middle mouth? No. Oh, and I am a little bit, sniffly myself, guys. So if my voice is a little bit off, my apologies. Agreed, Essenson. I concur. Did you guys see Trump actually had a little bit of chutzpah against Israel? Said he's like, I'm not gonna let him. Nope, not gonna do it. I'm not gonna let Bibi annex the West Bank. Not gonna do it. No go. That's non-negotiable. I'm not gonna let Bibi annex the West Bank. It's enough. It's gotta stop. Like, yeah, that's nice that he says that now. Wait about 2 hours from now, and he's gonna renege on it. He's gonna go back on True Social and say, "Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Sorry, baby. I spoke out of line. Tighten my lace a little bit. You gotta keep the collar on just a little bit tighter. You give me a little bit of room, and I'm gonna say something. I'm sorry, baby." Yeah, well, maybe though, maybe. We'll see. This is Essence and I'm fixed. Can't have any more. Yeah, the croup sucks. He was freaking coughing like crazy, but he's better now. He's better. He got the junk out of his system, I think. What's up, CW? My ninjas. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kicks were fast as lightning. Yanni Fangs, James Coney indicted. You say Comby, as in honeycomb. E. The FBI are part of Candace's Spearby theory. I don't even know what's going on with Candace. I saw a brief snippet and I'm just like, okay, you have fun. And I am absolutely willing to entertain alternative ideas. You have fun with it. Link on the YouTube, Billdozer74. I guess I could pull it up really quick. I don't ever actually get on the YouTubes for my show. We use it on Saturdays for the music video requests. Till Rumble starts getting music over here, that'd be kind of cool. They say they're going to. That's what they say they're going to do, but I kind of doubt it. But maybe I can use the topics. Oh my God, I'm live. I'm gonna like it. Ha. Here we go. On pill.net if you're wanting the link. There. I have 56 subscribers over there on YouTube. And it's been about 8 months, I think, since I really live streamed. I used to stream, live stream there just as regularly as every other platform. But, I just decided, you know what? Screw them. They don't want live content. They don't want my type of content on there. Go fuck yourself. I don't care. Rumble and pill.net and X, that seems to be where the water is warm. And I'm okay with that. Rumble is definitely my main. So CW made some lefty delete his comments on Facebook because I was begging him not to take his rifle to any rooftops. Oh God. Wise up, we have corporatism currently in this country. I will agree. It's a problem. Did I see about Bolton? No. What happened with Bolton? The walrus. That walrus war whore Bolton. Candace said it was the bees. The bees got Charlie? Oh my goodness. What's up, some Italian guy over there on the YouTubes? I see your comment over there. My gosh. Hi. What's up, Laura Blades? Howdy, good people. Howdy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Dozer should do Wednesday investigation streams. Investigate a bunch of conspiracies and dive into rabbit holes. Well, I do have the necessary gear, the necessary equipment for that. That's right. I do have the Illuminipple. It's quite hot, though. That's one of the many hats that I wear on this stream. I don't know, Oh, same as I Make Bears. Well, thanks so much for your viewership on all the platforms. Guys, wherever you may be watching, whenever you may be watching, I appreciate the heck out of each and every one of you for making this show something special, because it definitely is. So, Wise Oak, that'd be lovely if we had a constitutional republic, but I think it's been a long time since we've had that. Thumbs up and sub. Heck yeah. Appreciate you there, some Italian guy. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. Oh, yeah, there you go. Cool. Very nice. Very, very nice. Awesome stuff. Yes. Yes. But yes, guys, we got some topics. There's so much, honestly, I could cover 30 different topics today because it's just been bam, 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 bam. But I've got got my little outline, my handy dandy notebook. Okay. We're at episode 172, and I've used this notebook for every stream. I'm going to keep this and put it somewhere special, and I will keep it forever as long as I can. Hopefully I can keep track of it better than my birth certificate. That's right. Not sure where the hell that went. It was supposed to be in the safe, but yeah. John Bolton stole something from high level official. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, Illuminipple needs a new 4 coals for ventilation. Yes. James O'Keefe. That is going to be the first topic that we discuss tonight. James O'Keefe had a undercover hit piece. Well, not hit piece, undercover piece, where they talked to somebody who interviewed the victims of the Epstein, whole thing. Mossad, MI6, CIA operation. He didn't even mention MI6 though. He just said Mossad and CIA. So, yeah. Kind of what I've been thinking and what I've kind of been saying and what I've said before, and that's kind of why I have the aluminum dunce cap on Bobble Trump tonight. Dozer, I don't like it. I like the aluminable. Can you give me the aluminable? Not tonight, Trump. Not tonight. You've done some good things tonight, though, so I might take it off here in a few minutes because, it's about 20 minutes of the dunce cap, so it might be enough. But James O'Keefe doing the Lord's work, talking to an individual with, I guess he was with the DOJ, from what I understand. We're gonna watch and kind of react to his piece. Pretty much said what I've kind of been thinking and what a lot of people have been thinking, that it's there are people that are being kind of protected, or I've maintained that I don't think Trump did anything to any of the kids. Don't think he went to the island. Yes, he flew on the plane, and this guy pretty much corroborates that story, that Trump never did anything with any kids, didn't do any other sexual assaults, didn't hurt any kids, wasn't on the island, and wasn't on planes whenever bad things were happening to girls or young women or girls. So, what's up, member of the Remember? Thank you for the red pill and the repost over there on pill.net. You'll be jumping from stream to stream because there's a couple streams I like that are on. Heck yeah, member of the Remember. Appreciate you popping in for a little bit. But yeah, it's interesting. And we will talk about how the fact that Massie got 218 votes. Apparently, there will be 218 people have signed on for the discharge petition, so that will force a vote on the House floor to release the Epstein Files while absolutely protecting the victims. This is not exploiting the victims. This is just being transparent, and I don't understand why that's a bad thing. And people will say, well, we're already releasing the information. Let's get it official, because I do not do you really trust our government? Do you really trust our elected officials to just do it because they said they were going to, guys? No, let's get it on paper. Let's make it so that it's official that you need to do this. I don't know why that's a problem for some people. I don't know why that's an attack on the Republican Party. Why is that an attack on the Republican Party when you want them to actually just pass this discharge petition to actually get this official that you're going to release the information? Why? And if there are big Republican donors that are involved, fuck them. People say, oh, you can't put all these names out there, it'll crash the system. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If the system is built upon if we have a system, a palace built on pillars of pedophilia cannot stand. And I'm okay with it collapsing. Ooh, what you got, Metal Mouth? You got a bombshell. Oh. A bombshell. But apparently, my internet's going a little bit slow tonight. The walrus is in trouble. He did get raided. I forgot about that. Damn. Okay. We are probably going to include that in the show lineup. That might be the first thing that we talk about, because I hate John Bolton with a passion. He is a war whore. He disgusts me. So, Bondi is the one preventing the release of the files. I mean, I think the intelligence agencies have told Trump that he's got too many. I think the intelligence agencies have told him that it's going to be a bad thing. So I think he is trusting them because that's kind of what he does. But I got your link, Metal Mouth. I put it up here in a second. But yes, we will definitely go through that. Yeah. Thanks for posting that over there too in pill.net. Remember. Second topic of the evening, we're going to get into the ice shooter, guys. Looks like the evidence points to this guy being a lefty lunatic, although I will say it was a little bit on the nose. Guys, if you ever look at my link, my show descriptions underneath the streams, I put a little bit of work into those. I get a little bit snarky in there sometimes. But I will say it was a bit on the nose that it's written in ballpoint pen, anti-ice. But we also have to take into account that these are Reddit autists. So it might be on brand. Yeah. Third topic, cloud mutilation, guys. Sometimes our third topic of the evening, our last topic of the evening, which is what it will be. Sometimes it's a little bit esoteric, a little bit lighthearted, a little bit outside of the newsiness. And there was an amazing back and forth between Shane Cashman and Augustus Doricko, CEO of Rainmaker, right? The guy that does the cloud seeding and makes it rain. I make it rain, I make it rain, I make it rain on those kids. And then they flooded. That was sad. I don't like the direction I took that. No regrets. But yeah, Shane Cashman took him to task. And it was beautiful. It was glorious. And Shane Cashman actually liked my post about it and reposted it. And it got some good views on the X Machine. That's right. I am on the X Machine at Billdozer74 __. We're a little over 4,000 followers there. We've been hovering around 4,030 to 4,020 or so. 420. Giggity. But yes, we are on the X Machine. I get on fights with cultists and commies over there on X. Have ourselves a damn good time. And so those are the topics. But let's go ahead and get into this little side topic real quick. John Bolton, the war whore walrus. So what's up, Two Wild Irish Rose over there on pill.net. Thank you so much for the support, the red pill and the repost. Appreciate you. Looks like John Bolton. We have a bombshell by Aisha Tabassum. John Bolton is in serious trouble. Not lighthearted, not silly trouble. No. Serious trouble. The FBI raid wasn't about his book. It was about something far more dangerous. Now insiders say he's facing multiple charges that could change everything. Really now. So apparently, Bolton's 2020 book may have made headlines, but it also may have broken the law. A federal judge ruled he gambled with the national security of the United States. Translation, he walked out with classified secrets and cashed in. That's a felony. Yeah, I agree. There was also a casing with For Myself on it. Oh, okay, interesting. And that's why I said, yeah, it seemed like it might have been too on the nose, and my bullshit meter was kind of like bing, bing. But like I said, these are Reddit autists. These are leftist, they're LARPers. They're communist revolutionary LARPers that are actually getting out there and doing it. So it's cringe. So freaking cringe. But that's, if you've ever been on Reddit, that's kind of its MO. Bolton thought he was untouchable. Biden DOJ dropped the case after he attacked Trump. Now, he's in serious legal jeopardy. FBI raids underway. Warrants based on CIA intelligence. Espionage Act violations being investigated. The story is escalating fast. Bolton's book might finally catch up with him. Oh, we got Timcast, huh? Might actually catch up with him. Drafts packed with unredacted classified info passed around to agents, publishers, lawyers, illegal dissemination, Espionage Act violations looming, secret agent man, secret agent walrus. Gonna rip off that mustache and make you apologize. Not a fine, not a slap on the wrist. Yes, years behind bars. Attention! Okay, so interesting. Okay. Nice. I hope there's going to be some accountability. 5. Oh, this is a big old thread here. Bolton's allies are flipping out. NBC Rolling Stone, Olivia Troy. Remember when they cheered the Mar-a-Lago raid? Yeah. Now they cry fascism. Oh. Double standard much? Trump's raids, law enforcement. Bolton raids, authoritarianism. It is a serious double standard. It is. It's like, it's okay when we do it. Like the redistricting, the gerrymandering. Oh, it's okay when the Democrats do it, but when the Republicans try it, no, that's authoritarian fascism. You can't do that. Don't get all we beat up now. Um, this is authoritarianism. I'm Barack Obama. Big Mike, he let me out tonight, and well, you know, that's all I've got to say about that. While Bolton faces legal heat, grand juries are investigating. New York Attorney General Letitia James, Adam Schiff, Shifty Shift, Watermelon Head, Pencil Neck Schiff. Obama officials involved in 2016 anti-Trump schemes. Obama should be charged. That is one thing that I will say. He should absolutely be charged for treason. Yeah, that's a thing. The swamp is beginning to see justice applied equally. Well, we'll see. I mean, I'm hopeful. This is a good start. I hope this is accurate. I hope we're going to see something come from this. But until I see results, I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to be placated. I'm not going to be complacent about this. This is a good start. Let's see the follow through. If we don't get follow through, it's useless. It is just snarling and showing the teeth, but not actually biting on the throats, metaphorically, of course. Bolton might not even be convicted, yet the legal process is brutal. So the process is the punishment? Nah. $500,000 in legal fees? That's exactly what they're saying. It's the process is the punishment. Okay. Yeah, but I also want punishment. So, if it is reported by the government, the default position is whatever the government tells us is at least misleading, but most likely a lie. A lot of the times, yeah. A lot of times. Now they cry fascism. Hypocrisy is wild. Bolton cashed in on his access. He leaked, he lied. Now the FBI says his legal trouble goes far beyond his book. Accountability is here. I like this energy here, but I'm not gonna say that this is for sure until we see something. So, you got Scripps News. I'll say this. Well, we got to the end here. Accountability is here now. The Never Trump crowd, they're choking on their own hypocrisy. He was definitely one of the Never Trumps, even though he was in the first Trump administration. So, let me see here. Guess we kind of made this our first topic, which I am absolutely fine with. What is up, Chops ITMC over there on pill.net? Thanks for the red pill and the repost, bud. And for being a monthly supporter, guys, to all my monthly supporters, thank you so much for your support. I don't deserve it, but I sure as heck appreciate you. $5 a month to support the Dozer Den. At least on Rumble and the dozerden.locals.com. I forgot how much it is on pill.net. I'm not 100% sure on that. I still need to get my forms into them. So I have a little bit of cash there. I need it. I'm not gonna lie, I need it after that freaking glass. That was $240, y'all. $240. Excuse me, 241 and like 16 cents. Yeah. Not nice. Not nice at all. Okay, we got Script News. We have an article. Thank you, Freedom Butterfly, Mental Health 2874, and Freedom Butterfly, the couple coming in clutch. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. You see, look at that. Look at that. You guys can contribute to the show. If it's something that will contribute to the conversation, it is absolutely welcome. 1 gold pill is about 1 cent. Yes. I don't know what it costs to sub though. I think it's $3 or $4. I don't know. No. Brave Nightly is a badass browser. Oh yeah, I use Brave for developers and faster. Espionage. Thinks they might have changed Assange. Charged Assange with very serious charges. I don't know. Apparently, the FBI seized classified records when it raided John Bolton's office, court documents show. Bolton has not been charged with any crime. The FBI raided his home in August of 2025, pursuant to the possible threat of unauthorized retention of classified materials. When is somebody actually going to be held accountable for that isn't supposed to take it? Trump was absolutely within his rights to take those documents. Biden was not. Mike Pence was not. John Bolton was not. So where's the accountability? Where is it? Chops ITMC and 1 ounce of silver is $45 in the real world tonight. Damn. Is that pretty good? I feel like that's pretty good, Chops. To the silver bearers. Well done. Newly released court records show the FBI seized multiple documents labeled secret, confidential, and classified from the office of John Bolton, who served as President Trump's national security advisor during his first term in office. Court records say some of the classified documents included information about weapons of mass destruction. Bolton has not been charged with any crime. The FBI raided his home in August of 2025 pursuant to the possible theft and unauthorized retention of classified materials. Trump administration officials, including the Vice President J.D. Vance, have said the raid was not politically motivated. Since leaving the White House, Bolton has become a vocal critic of Trump. He clashed with the administration over the publication of his memoir, The Room Where It Happened, a White House memoir. Sounds gay. Sounds really, really gay. There's 4 types of sub. Oh, okay. There's 4 types of subs on Pilled. That's right. You got bronze, silver, gold, diamond, and each have the options of 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. That makes sense. That's right. That is right. Napalm nickel floor. Joking, clearly. Joking. Satire. Satire is a thing. He is making a mockery of the mustache. I agree. He doesn't deserve that mustache. You should just rip it right off. The Trump administration alleged that Bolton included classified information in the book and attempted to block its release. Should have. There we go. Thank you guys for that. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Let me look. I've got some bookmarks, I think, guys. I think I have some bookmarks. Let me see. I think I had something kind of fun here. Or not. I don't want to play that. Let's see. Why is something from September 12th popping up on my... Good God, this is about the FEMA stuff. What is wrong with my freaking bookmarks? Good Lord. X, get your stuff together. Excuse me. Sorry about that. The Biden documents were not theirs to take or keep. I agree. They weren't. Not in the least. They had no right to those. No legal right to take those at all. The president literally can declassify whatever the hell he wants. By saying, hey, I'm declassifying this. And yeah, they say there's a process. Who instigated the process? Is that process part of the Constitution? No, it's not. It's a thing that they added. So, miss me with it. Here's a really positive thing from Trump today. We were talking about Antifa stuff yesterday. There's more. But wait, there's more. Portland guys, they're going in hot and heavy. Let's listen to the Don himself. Let's see it. I want to actually see it. And I did see some arrests today, so that's pretty good stuff.
I talked with Cash and Steven about this a couple of days ago, sir. So I believe it was in Oregon where you had a federal building where there were men in black ski masks who were committing acts of violence, who were shutting down a government building. To the president's point, they don't come from nowhere. These are paid people. This is organized. They're committing acts of political terrorism on American soil. And it's time we had a government that looked out for the American people rather than the people who are committing violence against 100%. The American people.
When you go out to Portland and you see what's happening in Portland, this is like nobody's ever seen anything like it. Every night, and this has gone on for years. They just burned the place down, and you know the shop owners, most of them have left, but the few shops that are open, they just use plywood and just like 3/4-inch plywood. They don't put storefronts because they know it's going to be burned down. These are professional agitators.
Right.
These are bad people, and they're paid a lot of money by rich people, some of whom we know. I'm sure I know some.
I love that he's actually calling these people out. He's going to do that. Antifa should be well. If you're participating in the violent acts of Antifa and the organization, I mean that is treasonous against this country. So after due process, I mean you can make an argument depending on the severity of their. If they're like the trans squatch attacking small children, yes, after due process, 100%. Be gone with you, trans squatch. That's right. If you weren't here yesterday, Wait, was it yesterday? No, it was Tuesday. If you weren't here on Tuesday night, we came up with a new word, the trans squatch, for the SoCal Antifa members that in January 9th of 2021 decided to attack people who are pro-MAGA in California just because words. And they're 6'5", but they're definitely a woman, guys. Definitely. The trans squatch.
If I knew, I wouldn't associate because I'll be in trouble because Pam will say, why are you associating with this person? But I will tell you that these are bad people, and they're paying a lot of money, millions of dollars. But take a look at Portland sometime. These are wild, these are crazy people, and they're trying to burn down buildings, including federal buildings. And on my list of things that I want to do before we finish up with the cities, because I think we're going to whip the cities back into shape, and we have to. We cannot let our cities, and that's a small example, but it's the most violent example. It's every night, and they've done it for years. You think maybe at some point they made their point, and what are they doing?
You really should have done this back in your first term. You should have declared them a terrorist organization back then. I'm glad it's finally happening, though.
But we're going to get out there.
Oh, it's just an idea. Yeah, fuck you. People that say that can go eat a damn dick. I detest people who say stuff like that because you know better, especially if you're in government office. You sit there. If you sit there and try to tell me that Antifa is not an organization, it is just an idea. Well, my opinion, you can.
Eat a bag of Dumble dicks.
Yes. And that's why we have the sounds.
Here, and we're going to do a pretty big number of those people in Portland that are doing that. They're professional agitators and anarchists. They're actually anarchists. Yeah.
I mean, they're they really aren't, though. Like, they're anarcho-communists, I guess. They're using that as one of their terms, that they want bigger government. They're not really aren't anarchists. They just want communist crushing force.
Go ahead. Why don't you defend? Let's see you defend them, Jeff.
No, I'm not defending anyone. I just want so that we can just explain this in our stories.
You don't explain it right, though, Jeff. Go ahead. Let's go. Maybe let's give you another chance. Go ahead.
Antifa, Soros. What names are we talking about?
Well, Soros is a name certainly that I keep hearing. I don't know, but Soros is a name that I hear. I hear a lot of different names. I hear.
He mentioned Reid Hoffman shortly after that. I don't know why it cut off there. Apparently, the TikTok deal went through. That's something. Yeah, I don't know. I think TikTok is a scourge. I want Vine back. Elon Musk, why haven't you brought Vine back? Okay, Vine, do it for the Vine. I ain't gonna do it. Do it for the Vine. You know, there were so many good things that came from Vine. Much, much better than the TikTok crap. You guys want to see Jesus put a smackdown on some people? You guys want to see Jesus put a smackdown on some people? Here's Wrestling Jesus. I love it. Boom! This is well choreographed. Yep, Chops, you're right. Unleash telekinetic Jesus upon me. Praise Jesus. Yep. Any update on Big Balls? I haven't heard anything about Big Balls. Although I will say it's interesting. I was having this speaking of balls. I was having this conversation earlier tonight. We were talking about how Trump came out and said that with Israel. Oh, here it is. I pretty much said the words, but here's a little 20-second clip of President Trump himself saying what he was saying about Israel, acting like he's got a little bit of balls here. And it got me on a tangent, but let's listen to him on this really quick.
But did you promise leaders this week that you would not allow Israel to annex the West Bank? Is that something that you?
I will not allow Israel to annex the West Bank. No, I will not allow it. It's not going to happen.
Did you speak with Netanyahu about this directly?
Yeah, but I'm not going to allow it. Whether I spoke to him or not, I did. But I'm not allowing Israel to annex the West Bank. There's been enough. It's time to stop now. Okay.
I would agree. It's time to
Yes,
stop. Let's stop. Let's stop the bloodshed. Maybe it's good. You've done what you made your point. I agree. But it got me thinking about how people are like, oh, it's it's genocide, which one could argue war is somewhat genocidal, and then they'll say, well, it's not a genocide, it's an ethnic cleansing. And it's like, that's semantics, honestly. I mean, yes, technically there is a definitional difference, but it's like, okay, a ball is also called a sphere. It's the same fucking thing. So I just don't want our money to go to it. I don't want our money or our weapons to go into the sandbox. I'm tired of the sandbox in general. Not just Israel. All of it. I don't care. Do your thing. You guys have fun. Leave us out of it. Seems like we can't do that, though. So, sadly, we are involved in every single bit of it. Shut up, ITMC. We cannot coexist with people who think raping children is acceptable. Yup. The big mic one. Nice. I can't see it on my pop-out chat, so I got to look on my phone to see the cool stickers over there on Pilled. Yeah, it is a greater Israel thing. It is, but the world maybe should be cleansed of Islam. Did you guys see the thing in Texas about those 3 Muslims that shot the freaking coach praying on the field with the baseball field with the kids? Apparently, they were target practicing in a nearby field like 600 yards away. Okay, target practicing on what? What were the targets? Henson, I mean, I think school choice is good. I think there should be vouchers for people to be able to send their kids where they want to. So, I don't know enough about the specifics, but I mean, that's generally what I guess my perspective on it is. But if I was going to have an intelligent conversation on it, I would need to do a little bit of reading to fully flesh out my opinion on that. But I mean, generally, I think parents should be able to send their kids where they want. And if they need a little bit of help getting their kid there because of a tuition issue, I think they should get a voucher for that. I think they should have some grants or waiver exceptions, something like that. So that they can decide not to send their kid to a hood rat school or a school that doesn't have resources or something like that, or a school that actually demonstrates that it's successful in helping their kids learn. They should be able to do that. So if that's what school choice is, having the choice to send your kid where you kind of want, then I'm absolutely for that. So, oh my gosh, handy news with the raid. Thank you so much, Handy News, for raiding the stream. And I need to look and see if he responded to my dang DM. I finally sent him a DM. I'm going to try to get on with Handy at some of these, one of these days. Hang out over there on his stream. Thank you guys so much for raiding this stream here on Rumble. Hooray! Look at that. You made the kids happy. Appreciate you guys. If you didn't know, hi there, I'm Bill Dozer. Welcome to the Dozer Den. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Central. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday streams, well, more news-focused, 3 to 4 news topics with some palate cleansers kind of sprinkled throughout. The Saturday stream, it's a decompress stream, a chill stream, a chat stream. It's all for you amazing killdozers here in the Dozer Den. And we take music video requests on Saturday for the Dozer Den DJ Hour, where you could rock out with your cock out, jam out with your clam out. Those are the only 2 options. If you're intersex, pick a fucking lane already, for the love of God. But yes, our Saturday streams are pretty damn fun. What's up, TL Weberg? TFMB, good to see you. If you have not yet smashed that like button, go ahead and give it a good tap-tap-a-roo. If you haven't followed the channel here on Rumble or on Pill.net, go ahead and smash that follow button. Very, very free way that you can help support this channel and help us grow here in the Dozer Den, guys. We must spread the word of the Dozer Den to welcome more Killdozers here into the Killdozer Army. Very important. What's up, Lunar Fifth? Good to see you. Appreciate that. Yes, we are going to be talking about cloud mutilation. Third topic. We're going to get into the first topic now, though. Well, here in a second. We have one more clip, I think, that we're going to play. Yes. We have a clip here about this. Ended up being a topic on its own. I didn't mean for it to be, but it happened. Oh, gosh, what was this? So, memorandum launching an all-of-government response to radical left terrorism and those who fund it. How about that? It's good to see. It's good to see. I like it. Ooh, do we get another raid? Get the run raid. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. When you subscribe to Bulldozer 74, you get access to all those emotes, guys. And look at that. You get a every now and then you gotta slap that peach. Look at the jiggle physics. Look at the jiggle physics. How can you not? And when you get gifted subs, because sometimes people want to shower the chat with their love or spray the chat with their love. I'm not going to judge what verb you want to use, okay? I'm not. Not that type of guy. Not that guy. But I appreciate the support. Lunar 5th with a gotta slap that peach. Slap that peach every now and then. 76 people watching. And I will be shouting out the reposts as they come in, because reposting definitely helps. Commenting in the comment section is caring. That is right. Since Christ, there is no need for the Abrahamic faiths, Judaism and Islam. I mean, you know, the whole new Israel and stuff like that, new covenant. Oh yes, what is up, Neurodivergent 1? Oh, we had a raid from Squeaky. Oh my gosh, I didn't see that. Thank you so much for the raid, Speak Easy Club. Thank you very much. I appreciate the raids. Got double raid. We got double rated. Oh my gosh, there are so many people. So many people hanging out here in the Dozer Den tonight. I love it. Love to see it. But I will say, makes me wonder.
Who are you people?
Hopefully, we get to know each other tonight. That's right. Full house in the Dozer Den tonight. That's right. Damn right it is. Got 21 likes, guys. Go ahead and do me a favor. Take a brief second and hit the like button. Hit the follow button. Let's get up to 1,100 followers. We're at 1,070 something. Just 30 more. 30 more followers here on Bulldozer 74. And that'll get the user profile up to 1,100, guys. Bulldozer doesn't deserve it, but appreciate it. Yes, exactly. Oh man, and we do love it when the chat turns red. That's right, with those gifted subs, or when you decide to subscribe to Bulldozer 74 for $5 measly a month. It's just a couple sodas. You'll get your name lit up in the most beautiful shade of MAGA red. That's right, you'll catch a rumble rash. It oozes with patriotism, and the only treatment is more America. That's right, you can brag about this rash. Everybody loves the rumble rash. I know I do. You will too. Make sure you hit that follow and smash the thumbs up. Mod King in the chat. Bacon. Thumb. Bacon. Thumb. Bacon. Thumb. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Bartavello with the frogs. With the frogs! I call it the Pepe train. All right. Let me pull this one up really quick. We've got a list of the leftist terrorist organizations from what I gather. Let's give this a look. I watched it earlier and I thought you guys would appreciate it. So let's listen to a little bit more. Gosh, we're almost going to end up doing this whole press conference from Trump today. Wasn't even a topic, but we're going to get into it.
Lastly, sir, this is a presidential memorandum on countering domestic terrorism and organized political violence. In recent weeks, months, and years, we've seen a tremendous...
Really quick, if you don't know what pound that plussy means, in the old days of Rumble, it wasn't a thumbs up. It was a plus sign. You could smash the plussy, pound the plussy, wreck that plussy. Sometimes you gotta grab them by the plussy. That's right, when you're rich and powerful, they let you. It's consensual. Don't sue me. No. We wouldn't sue you. You know what? That's enough. You've had enough of the dunce cap. Let's put your nipple back on. That's right. Oh gosh. Bobble Trump, my co-host here, he has a foil hat. Some call it the Illuminipple because of the shape. It matches my own foil hat or Illuminipple. It's for when we get into those topics, which we will be wearing the Illuminipple later for the cloud mutilation topic. That's right. Rainmaker CEO Augustus Doricko. We're not going to let you slide on that, sir. Not going to let you slide. You're mutilating the clouds. It's a fun conversation. He takes him to... Shane Cashman on Timcast takes Augustus Doricko to task. And it is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Saying Glant, good to see you, bud. Very good to see everybody here in the Dozer Den tonight. We're almost at 100 people watching. My goodness gracious. Sasquatch Sassy, yes. All right, let's listen to Trump talk a little bit here about good stuff. This is why. This is why he had the dunce cap on for a little bit, which is kind of about the first topic, but we already talked about that before. We've gone on our rants and stuff, but let's listen to some good stuff and give head pats to Donald Trump.
This upsurge in some highly visible, but also other acts of domestic terrorism and organized political violence being perpetrated by radical, politically motivated groups all over the country. What this presidential memorandum will do is set off an administration-wide response to
Follow
that,
Handy News if you
ranging
haven't.
from the Joint Terrorism Task Forces
Good
to
stuff,
other
good
components
conversation.
of the Department of Justice to the Department of Homeland Security and the Department of Treasury. We're looking at interdicting these groups, preventing them from performing acts of violence, and also looking at sources of organization and funding and support that prop them up.
That is key. That is key. We have to get to the funding behind it, which multiple autists on the interwebs have laid this out. You got L or some bitch I know has laid it out before. You've got Data Republican has talked about this. They are very, very dedicated to their craft. Okay, they've laid these things out. The format is there for the government to take it and run with it. Let's see it.
And allow them to do the acts that they have been doing.
We're looking at the funders
you,
of a lot of these groups.
Better late than never, even though you may be late.
You know, when you see the signs, and they're all beautiful signs made professionally, these aren't your protesters that make the sign in their basement late in the evening because they really believe it. These are anarchists and agitators, professional anarchists and agitators, and they get hired by wealthy people, some of whom I know, I guess.
This is why I was confused earlier, because I thought this was the clip I was playing, but I was playing a little short snippet. This is the full one, where he names more than just Soros.
You know, I probably know him. And you wouldn't know it. You're at dinner with them, everything's nice, and then you find out that they funded millions of dollars to these lunatics. Steve, could you say a couple of words about it, please?
This is
millions of dollars to an idea. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Just an idea, they say.
Very historic and significant day. This is the first time in American history that there is an all-of-government effort to dismantle left-wing terrorism, to dismantle Antifa, to dismantle the organizations that have been carrying out these acts of political violence and terrorism. What we have seen, if you look at whether it be going back to the riots that started with Black Lives Matter and all the way through the Antifa riots, the attacks on ICE officers, the doxing campaigns, and now the political assassinations, these are not lone, isolated events.
Yes.
This is part of an organized campaign of radical left terrorism. It is structured, it is sophisticated, it is well-funded, it is well-planned. There is really no parallel like this to anything else in the country right now. There is an entire system of feeder organizations that provide money, resources, weapons, and when they're attacking ICE officers, they're attacking federal buildings, where they're isolating public officials for harassment, doxing, intimidation, and ultimately attempted assassination. It is all carefully planned, executed, and thought through. It is terrorism on our soil.
Yep.
Because of this executive order, Cash and Pam are going to have the tools they need, working with Scott, to take these organizations.
Those two. Why does he always look like a deer in the headlights? What's happened? What happened to you? What did you see, Cash? You must have seen something.
Organizations apart, piece by piece, and the central hub of that effort is going to be the Joint Terrorism Task Force, or JTTF, which sits inside the Federal Bureau of Investigation. But for those at home who are worried about terrorism in this country, they need to understand, because of President Trump's strength, because of his vision, because of his leadership, we are now going to use the entire force of the federal government to uproot these organizations root and branch. And again, that's only possible because of President Trump and his leadership.
Thank you, Steve. Cash, please.
Yes, as Steve was saying, Mr. President, thanks to your leadership, crime is going downward in a tremendous fashion, and that's what we want for every city in America. And the FBI's premier flagship enterprise, the Joint Terrorism Task Force, is honored to lead this initiative.
It's like little Nicky's brother. Wasn't it Cassius? I'm sorry, I didn't mean. No, wait, he hit him with a shovel. Oh man.
With our partners at Treasury and Homeland Security, because our citizens are being attacked by, as Stephen said, organized violence, and it's being paid for, not by them, by other people. So what we are going to do, combining forces as Scott and I have done in these last few months, is follow the money. People and organizations have collected funds and put them out into the streets of America and organized violence across our country. And thanks to your recognition of this and this executive order and the AG's leadership to lead out and prosecute these individuals, we are properly going to chase them down like the domestic terrorists that they are. And our streets and our communities are going to be safer because the JTTF
not just
and
domestic.
the FBI.
It's not just domestic. I think this is an international organization. When you look at the funding, I think you're going to get into the international. It's a foreign terrorist organization as well. Both domestic and foreign, like components of it are foreign and domestic.
And Treasury and DHS and DOJ are going to combine forces like never before to root out this new evil that is perpetrating our criminal activities across our societies. And we are just so thankful for your leadership and recognition of it. It's not easy to do.
Good job. Thank you very much,
Who
Pam.
specifically do you want to target?
What?
Besides Antifa, is there a specific group or person you're targeting with this?
Yeah, Antifa, you fucking faggot. God, these stupid motherfuckers. They're not stupid. Well, actually, they are stupid because they do know better. These fuckers, they keep saying, "Oh, Antifa, what organization do you mean? Whatever do you mean? What Antifa? Huh, that's just an idea. Go fuck yourself. Stick your microphone all the way up your fucking ass, you sacks of fucking garbage." This is why people hate the media so damn much. It's because this snidely bullshit that they fucking do. This wordplay bullshit. Well, it's not a centralized structure, so it's not an organization. Go fuck yourself, you fucking... Oh, I hate them so much. This is why nobody trusts the media, is because garbage like this. When you see the towns that are taken over, when you see blocks that are taken over, the Chops Chaz, when you see SoCal Antifa tearing apart people, when you see Rose City Antifa organizing, they have chapters across the nation, training materials, suggested readings when you come into their organization. You're going to sit there and tell me that that's not an organization? You're either willfully ignorant or you're fucking lying. And you deserve to stub your toe in perpetuity when you get up at night. That's called the raid button. What's up, Alaskan Ballistics? Good to see you, bud. Guys, if you haven't followed Alaskan Ballistics yet, go ahead and do so. He does the pew-pew stuff. He has to. Because the moose will get him if he doesn't. Thanks for popping in, bud. Appreciate you. Guys, if you haven't yet smashed that like button, go ahead and give it a good thumping. That's right. Sometimes you do want to be nice to that like button. Okay? You get excited about it. I understand. But you got to hit it more than twice. You must hit it at least thrice. Because if you hit it twice, it cancels it out. And we don't want to do that. You want to be a proud killdozer here in the Dozer Den. You know that? But you can. You can smash that like button.
Hulk! Smash!
The like button. See, Hulk did it. Hulk did it. You can do it too. All right. I had a rant. Back to the last bit of this clip. Perpetual urinary stones be upon them. Huzzah. Yes, I agree.
Any organized group. Any organized group who are committing these crimes. And we're working with the Secretary of Treasury. You know what law enforcement has told us under President Trump's leadership? He's taken the handcuffs off law enforcement.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right. Let me find our first story.
Let's start with
we do have the clip. Where did it go?
Cash and Steven about this a couple of days ago, sir.
Son of a biscuit. Let me find it. I am kind of excited about the new Avatar movie. There's that. But, apologies for the sick sounds. It's just because it rained a lot. We went a month without rain here, and it has just been raining for the past 5 days straight. Just in time for me to bust the window out of my wife's van. But the glass is back. Took it to the shop today, so we're good. We're going to go ahead and get into the O'Keefe Media Group undercover piece. Glenn Prager. Bombshell, guys. And it is a bombshell. It honestly, it kind of just confirms kind of what we've been saying here. So stop drinking Coke Zero. You're right, CW. I should definitely stop drinking Coke Zero and Pepsi Zero. The zeros are bad. The zeros will make you a zero. Yeah, Scam Blondie won't do that because Scam Blondie is part of the establishment. That's why Scam Blondie was allowed to get in and they didn't want Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz, there was no evidence that he was inappropriate with kids. None whatsoever. 28 likes out of 77 people watching. Guys, just go ahead and give it a good thumping. And if you don't have a Rumble account yet, I get the hesitation, but you, trust me, you want to be part of this community, guys. You want to be a proud member of the Dozer Den. You want to get in there and mix it up with all these lovely people. These are the loveliest people on Rumble, let me tell you. You want to support a free speech platform? You want to be able to smash that like button, mix it up with people in the chat. Go ahead and make a Rumble account if you haven't done it already. Lady Dozer did it like 4 or 5 months ago just to show support. Took her like 5 minutes, and that way you can smash that like button. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh man, there we go. Oh, you guys are having fun with the stickers over there on Pilled. Nice. I'm gonna have to check in on those later. Oh, I gotta check on let's go ahead and get into this first topic, and then I'll shout out the reposts here on Rumble. Thank you guys so much for reposting and sharing this out with all your loved ones, your friends, your family, your ex-girlfriends, boyfriends. These are Zen friends. I'm not judging. Just keep it consensual between adults and preferably behind closed doors. And I don't have a problem with you. I really don't. Well, let's get into it. We have a bombshell, an undercover expose from O'Keefe Media Group. Glenn Prager, Jeffrey Epstein investigator, Department of Justice. Kind of what we've been saying, kind of what we've been feeling. I think Intel has told him that these people's names don't need to be out because they feel like it will cause chaos. Like I said, if we have a palace that is built upon pillars of pedophilia, it should crumble. 100%.
He was a CIA.
He wasn't a CIA. I think he's protecting a lot of other people. He's not protecting himself because there's nothing there.
Right there. He's not protecting himself because there's nothing there. I completely believe that.
But he's protecting a lot of people. Because Trump's now saying it's a hoax of
yeah.
It's like a hoax or something. I mean, come on, it's not a hoax. He's been on the plane, many times. Mm-hmm. It's just he was never on the plane with the kids. I've seen the itineraries and I've interviewed all the victims. There's never been an instance where Trump was on a plane with these kids and a rape occurred. But that can't be said.
That right there. He said Trump was never on the plane when there were kids and a rape occurred. Very clear.
For Clinton, and it can't be said for others. While
Clinton was.
While Bill Clinton was on the plane, there were rapes that occurred.
Overheard at Phoenix Airport on September 8th, 2025. A senior Justice Department investigator who personally...
Do you really trust a man that doesn't have a neck? He's got no neck. Can you trust him? I don't know.
Worked on the Epstein case tells all. Glenn Prager, who has reviewed Epstein itineraries and has interviewed Epstein's victims, drops a bombshell. He says that the DOJ did not want to go after Epstein because he's a CIA asset, that the evidence from his investigation confirms that Bill Clinton was present for alleged rapes on the Lolita Express, and that President Trump was not present for the rapes that Glenn Prager investigated, but that he is protecting a lot of other people that were.
How about this whole Epstein thing that's like going down?
I worked on that case. I used to interview all the victims. And my picture was 20 to 30 victims in Palm Beach that I was interviewing and dealing with and stuff like that. And then we would go ready to go to trial and they would flip. Epstein would just pay them off.
Yeah, O'Keefe, he got somebody actually saying it. What's up, dude, Broseph? Good to see you. This guy apparently interviewed him, so he was on record interviewing, so I don't think he has. I think this pretty much kind of confirms what we've been thinking. The opinion part was him. Okay, I will say, dude, Broseph, you're right there. You are right on him saying that Trump is protecting powerful people that he knows. That is probably opinion. I'll grant you that. But it's kind of what it looks like. And I did see the dude's reply, but that's how most of the people do whenever they get caught being honest by James O'Keefe. They try to backtrack. So.
And they were just like these little kids. They pay off their family. They're all broke kids and poor families. So you pay them off like anywhere from $150,000 to $500,000. Nothing in that guy's world.
Prager there describes how the victims that he interviewed were paid off by Epstein right before going to trial. Prager has worked as an...
We have to look at who funded Epstein.
investigator inside the Department of Justice for over 20 years. According to Prager's LinkedIn About
What's up,
page,
Castro?
it says that during
What's up,
the
savages?
tenure at DOJ, Prager served as an inspector overseeing sensitive investigations involving major DOJ components, including the FBI, DEA, Bureau of Prisons, U.S. Marshal Service, ATF, and the U.S. Attorney's offices. This seems to corroborate what Prager told us. He was tasked with interviewing Epstein's rape victims and investigating flight logs. On his back.
Okay, but here's the thing, dude, bros. If their fucking responses have been bullshit, their response is you're exploiting victims, which is not what is happening here. So I'm going to take their response, the current DOJ, with how much bullshit they put out there, I'm going to take a big fucking grain of salt with their response. They got caught up in this and they don't like it. So they're going to say, oh, you're exploiting victims. Fuck you. No, they're not. They're not exploiting victims. They're trying to actually have some people held accountable, which would be lovely. There are at least 20 names that were present in previous investigations. So, hopefully we get to read those out on the floor soon. 2 of them have been mentioned by Massie.
Back in the airport, we spotted an embroidered FBI patch, which caught the attention of our citizen journalist.
I'll tell you this, because
Where's the lines with the DOJ response? They're going to coordinate that. Love you, dude, Broseph.
It's not talked about yet, but it's soon come out that he was a CIA informant.
He was a CIA.
He wasn't a CIA.
Although many have suspected it to be the case, this is the first time a Department of Justice official has confirmed that Epstein worked for the CIA and is a foreign asset.
So DOJ was settling a case, and they were just letting him, do house arrest and they minimized his arrest. Part of that is because all the victims kept on flipping, and they didn't have anyone to go to trial with. The more importantly part is they didn't want to go after him. He's an asset for the United States and Israel for the CIA. I just know that's what he was, and that's why he was protected so long for this. And people turn a blind eye about all this garbage that he was doing in the United States. You get a lot of secrets.
Yes, I'm thinking that probably after this came out, the DOJ contacted him and said, hey, this is what you need to, this is bad. This is what we're going to say. You best go along with us. I absolutely believe that probably happened. Do I have evidence of that? No, but logic would dictate that if you worked for a government organization, you got caught chattering away about something, they're going to get a hold of you and then tell you, hey, this is the line, you need to go with it. That's just where my logic is.
More about Israelis.
Fair enough. That is dude, Broseph, that is very responsible. That's very responsible. Is there a little bit of confirmation bias here? Yeah, but I mean, kind of based on when you look at the whole picture, this is kind of what I've been thinking for the past few months. This is kind of what I've been thinking for years, that CIA and Mossad were involved, and that when Trump started his weird ass response, I'm just like, obviously he's compromised in some way, or there are people close to him that are compromised, and he's being told by the intel agencies that he has to keep it quiet to protect society or some stupid shit. That's what I figure is probably going on behind the scenes. I don't know. I'm not there. But that's kind of my vibe.
I mean, he was doing stuff for Israel and the United States. He was, he's working for both.
Glenn Prager, the Department of Justice investigator on the Epstein case, then talks about whether President Trump was involved. Many are trying to tie Trump to Epstein, but what Glenn Prager says is that Trump wasn't present during the inappropriate sexual behavior that he was investigating. But Prager does say that Bill Clinton was, backed up by his experience interviewing the victims and reviewing the Epstein Lolita Express itineraries. Quote, the
CIA came up with the smear conspiracy theorist, right? To make anybody who questioned the JFK assassination as someone as a loony. Like that's where that came from.
Killed the Epstein list to protect the Clintons.
But they claim that,
and that's
Trump's
good, dude,
involved in the rapes and all that
Very
stuff.
good.
And he wasn't. I mean, I've seen the agendas. I've seen the itineraries, and I've interviewed.
Oh my goodness gracious. Really quick, we got ourselves a $1 Rumble rant from Tantalum. I'll pull that up here in a second. But we had a $1 Rumble rant, and that turned the chat blue. So you know what we have to do, guys. Do you know what we have to do? We got to play the blue song. All right, enough of that. It's a little bit long. You hate tiny text. Thank you for that. Let me actually shrink this down really quick so I can pull that link up that Tantalum put there in the chat. What is that? Oh, God. Tantalum, what you got? You got Invader Zim? Appreciate that, bud.
I love this show. I love this show.
We sure are proud of you, son.
We sure are. I love this show.
Well, I'm glad you're having a good time, Tantalum, and thank you for that $1 Rumble rant. Much appreciated. If you guys didn't know, we do have a hat goal. If we get to $50 of donations on any stream, I will put on a fancy hat. And Tantalum gifted a sub. Damn. Thank you so much for that. Tantalum gifting subs, just showering the chat with his love. Or if you want to say you sprayed the chat with your love, that's okay. Retsnom was gifted the sub. Thank you so much for that. You are the lucky recipient of that Rumble Rash. Very, very, very much appreciated. Look at that. You have made the kids happy. That you have. Good job, Tantalum. And CW coming in hot. We got up to that's $11 tonight. Oh my gosh. $11. Hell yeah. CW doing it again. Dude, Brosif, you got that Rumble Rash. It might take a minute, but when you catch that Rumble Rash here in the Dozer Den, you're going to get access to all those emotes, guys. It's a damn good time. Those emotes are fun. And your name is now going to be lit up in that beautiful shade of MAGA red. It's glorious. Glorious indeed. Congratulations from Bobble Trump. Thank you guys so much for that support. Appreciate you. Invader Zim was the shit back then. Invader Zim is still the shit. Just saying. There you go. The dribbling Jesus. Yes. Yes, indeed. Castro with a slap that peach. Every now and then you gotta slap the peach, guys. Sometimes you make them count just to drive the point home. Yeah, drench the chat with your love. That one makes me feel dirty. My goodness. Tantalum with another gifted sub. Oh my gosh. You absolute mad lads tonight on a Thursday. On a Thursday night, you say. My goodness gracious. Prince of the Air Jr. gifted a membership. Hell yeah. Spray in the chat. Spray in the chat with your love. It's a very, very good thing, guys. A very, very good thing. We love it when you spray the chat. Giggity. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for your support. In all the ways you can, I appreciate it. Let's take a real quick look at the reposts. And if we got any new followers, let's check that out. We've had quite a few raids. A couple raids today. It'd be really cool if we got some new followers tonight. I would love it. I really would. Oh my goodness. Let's look. Let's shout out the reposts tonight. Oh my. You guys have been on it. Oh, we got some new followers. TFMB is a new follower. Thank you and welcome to the Dozer Den. You are now a Killdozer here in the lovely, lovely Dozer Den. Let me scroll up. All right. We had Yanni Fangs was the first repost. Then Wise Elk, Freedom Butterfly, CW. Laura Blades. Cass, lovely mod in the chat. Sam Duty with the repost. Cass with the repost. Divergence. Neurodivergent one with a repost. And a comment from CW. Thank you guys so much for that interaction. It does help this channel grow here on Rumble. Thank you so much for that. And thank you for the red pills and the reposts over there on pill.net as well. Very, very helpful. Helps the channel grow and very, very free. Let's take a look at that like button. 32 likes, including myself, because if you're not liking your own show, what are you doing? But I see 70 people watching. I see 70 people. And I think it would be a really good and really cool idea. It'd be really, really Chadley of you to smash that like button, guys. Just saying. Just saying. All right. Let's get back to it. We got some more here. Let's do it to it, Lars. Make it big. There you go.
Interviewed all the victims. There's never been an instance where Trump was on a plane with these kids and a rape occurred. But that can't be said for Clinton, and it can't be said for...
See, he just said it right there. He absolved Trump of being involved with the kid stuff, with the raping and all that horrible shit. He's absolving Trump of that, which is what we are all kind of thinking. Like, I knew that. I knew he wasn't involved with that. I think, like I said, I think he's been lied to by his intelligence agency, because that's what the intel agencies do. They lie. Deceive. Who else does that? Satan.
I remember that it was being killed because I know Clintons were on there. And
The Clintons were on there.
100%. And while the Clintons were on the plane, while Bill Clinton was on the plane, there were rapes that occurred. And that's what I'm saying. Trump, although as many flights as there were and all that kind of stuff, and on the island and all that stuff, he was never there during a single alleged rape. But Clinton for sure. And that's where the big cover-up was.
The Department of Justice investigator inside the Trump Justice Department says that while Trump may not have been present during the crimes that Prager investigated, it is clear that Trump is, quote, protecting a lot of people.
I don't know what's new that I have never seen that he's so hesitant to now show what's going on, and releasing all those files. I think he's protecting a lot of other people. He's not protecting himself because there's nothing there, but he's protecting a lot of people.
The citizen journalist boarded American Airlines Flight 1634 and landed in D.C. Monday at 8 o'clock at night and proceeded to go to dinner with this man, this DOJ investigator, at a restaurant called Blue Duck Tavern. Glenn Prager dislikes the fact Trump said the Epstein scandal is a hoax, but he also says, according to the evidence from his investigation, that Trump is not covering up for himself.
Because Trump's now saying it's a hoax, the case is like a hoax or something. I mean, come on, you know it's not a hoax. He says a lot of stupid stuff. He's been on the plane, many times. It's just he was never on the plane with the kids. People want to tie it to him and say he's covering up for himself, but he's not.
Now, this is a very good thing for President Trump and seemingly exonerates him from many people who claim that he was doing something inappropriate himself. This dinner went on for an hour and 45 minutes.
Trumpachu, I choose you. Do my bidding.
As this Department of Justice investigator revealed things to a stranger that the leadership of the FBI and the Department of Justice has not. Prager revealed more information about Trump's hesitation to be fully transparent with the Epstein case, gave us some details about internal gripes against FBI Director Kash Patel from within the FBI, and he detailed a developing feud between Kash Patel and Attorney General Pam Bondi. If you'd like to see more of that conversation in the restaurant, you may subscribe to OMG and find it on our website.
Who was like the one name where you're like, oh my God.
Oh, what a tease. What a tease, you dirty bastard, O'Keefe. Trying to get that paywall. Hey, hustle, man. You got to hustle. I get it.
Here he is. Hey there, is this Glenn?
Yes.
You work for the
He said
Department
Bill.
of Justice, correct?
No, he did. He clarified and said Bill Clinton.
No.
Well, at one point he said Clinton's, and then he said Bill Clinton.
You don't work for the Department of Justice. You had a patch on your backpack that said FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, in the airport.
Yeah.
And you talked about how you interviewed the Epstein people, all the Epstein victims. Do you recall that conversation?
I didn't, no. How can I help you?
I wanted to confirm that you,
He's not happy.
in fact, did work for the department. Hang on with the phone. Let's try calling him again.
Nice archway behind
Glenn?
you.
I'm not talking to you.
Well,
I don't know who you are. I'm not talking to you.
you already did speak to my friend.
Hey, now stop talking. I don't know who you are.
I'm a journalist. I need your help, sir.
I'm not talking to you or any journalist about anything.
Did you interview the Epstein victims?
I can't talk to you.
I mean, which is protocol.
On the heels of releasing this story, I wanted to emphasize just how touching it was for me to see Erica Kirk stand on stage in front of those 74,000 people in a stadium and say that she forgives the assassin who killed her husband, Charlie Kirk. I actually took this photo standing right in front of her when she did that, and I wept. The people standing next to me also wept. In the couple days that followed since that Sunday,
I will say you can forgive, but that doesn't mean that justice is going to be left out. You can still forgive, but justice does need to be served.
It dawned upon me that equally as important as forgiving those who trespass against us is for those of us, the living, to achieve justice and accountability for the bad actors behind the scenes corrupting this country.
Yep.
We must have a Department of Justice that is actually about justice.
Yep.
If we do not have any accountability for bad actors, good people, even God-fearing people, are going to resort not to forgiveness, but vengeance. We cannot allow that to happen. And the only solution is exposure, journalism, sunlight is the best disinfectant. When the leadership in our government is not forthcoming and transparent about matters they should be, you will see men on the front lines, men on the inside, like this Glenn Prager guy, who are familiar with the files, familiar with Epstein, familiar with who's on the airplanes. Indeed, he's the guy who actually interviewed all the victims in Palm Beach. Well, you'll see people like this be forthcoming and honest when their leadership isn't. I recognize Prager's life is now changed forever. You might be tempted to focus on that and focus on him personally. We have no doubt that no matter how much proof is provided by me, the powers that be will deny, deflect, personalized, and cover all of this up. You may wonder how it is these guys in our government so brazenly open up to total strangers in airports about national security secrets. Please note, this isn't about him or
pretty ladies, that's how. Pretty ladies, that's usually the way.
Glenn Prager. It's about opening the floodgates of honesty from other...
Oh, I guess he didn't get Veritas, Project Veritas back, because I'm not seeing it behind him anymore.
Men who are just like Glenn Prager.
Oh, well, it's back here.
But who never wanted to be involved. We're just following orders. Prager lived with these secrets, and the horror of what he knows lives on his conscience, the weight on his shoulders. He lives with the guilt for knowing the truth. That is why he was so forthcoming in public in the airport. That is why others with national security secrets will continue to be so forthcoming.
Well, and also titties.
To our army of citizen exposers. And there are many more out there like Glenn Prager. And now, right now, you who are watching must come forward and tell the truth and be transparent. Be a hero and do the right thing. In the last few weeks, I've reached out to top officials of the Department of Justice repeatedly ahead of these reports. Our attorneys even sent a letter to the FBI Director Kash Patel. There seems to be more of an interest, generally speaking, in covering their ass instead of telling the truth. While we expect that of the previous administrations, we expect better of the Trump administration and those who campaigned on the promise of transparency. Now, I was advised that reaching out far ahead of time would lead to this story being suppressed, something that my team, and I dare say all of the people who actually voted for this administration, can't comprehend. But these reports are going to continue coming out. And they will not.
Because you still have people in the FBI and the DOJ that are deep state. There's deep state as hell. They are. I don't think you're ever going to have an administration be able to come in and get rid of all the garbage. I don't think, unless you just completely just scrap the whole thing, which, maybe that would be the best idea. Just come in and fire everybody and then have people ready to fill those roles. But I don't know. Yeah, big boobs and juicy asses do make men talk. It's hard. It loosens the lips. Yes. Top bar in the browser doesn't say Rumble anymore. Wise elk with a slap of that peach. Yeah, and they changed up the format a little bit on the browser, and then the app, the font is a lot smaller in the live chat.
Not be partisan or political.
Rumble
They're going to
changing
cut
things
across the political divide because this.
Wish Rumble would fix some things in other areas, like the audio when I share music. How's the audio sound with him talking? Does it sound good with him talking? Hope so.
This is not a political mission, and I am not a political person. It is my mission to clean up society through transparency, accountability, and the truth. I wrote last week, the legacy of Charlie Kirk is to do the right thing for the right reasons. And reflecting on his legacy, I saw a remarkable change within him in the last couple years, but especially the last couple months of observing him from afar and also knowing him personally. I reached out to Charlie to solicit his advice ahead of this story. I was expecting Charlie Kirk to express the same reluctance as the top DOJ officials relayed to me. The same officials that Charlie, no doubt, in some part or in some way, matter, shape, or form, helped to get their jobs in the first place. I told Charlie I was conflicted about what to do. And Charlie Kirk's last words to me were, James, you should be a journalist first.
There you go. I hope that's true. Okay, so here's the statement from the Department of Justice. Department of Justice spokesperson. This individual worked at the Department of Justice as a program analyst over 15 years ago. He has no understanding of or access to the underlying facts in this investigation. His statement should not be considered accurate. It is disgusting that someone would further exploit victims. This is bullshit. This statement right here makes me call bullshit because that's not what James O'Keefe is doing. I'm glad the audio is good. That is not exploiting victims for personal benefit. That is a smear. That is a deflection, and that is a sign that they are full of fucking shit. That's what that last sentence means. They say it is disgusting that someone would further exploit victims of sexual abuse by fabricating stories for their personal benefit. That's not what is happening here. That's a cope. That is a hard fucking cope. Ugh, I don't like this freaking response from this administration on this at all.
This kind of journalism is dangerous, legally taxing, and certainly not profitable. If we are to continue to uncover these dark truths, we need your help now. Please donate to our 501c3 nonprofit, Citizen Journalism Foundation, to continue funding the...
All right, enough of that. I think we got the point. Very interesting stuff. Hey, you know what? It's food for thought. Chew on it. Lot there. But I mean, honestly, it's not very different from, what I've been kind of saying and thinking. It's, I don't think Trump did anything with kids at all. But I think that he's been told by certain individuals in the intel agencies that if he was to go ahead and release all of the information about those names, that it would possibly look bad on him or hurt the country in some weird ways. That's what I think he's been told, and I think he's been kind of listening to them because he is a little bit older, and that's what they tend to do. They tend, you get a little bit up there, they tend to listen to those people in positions of authority a little bit more readily. So, yeah. We got a Freedom Tunes skit. You guys want to watch that? Let's watch that. So they pulled that Jessica Chastain series that was going to be, I guess, looking at a vigilante kind of approach against right-wingers on the internet. Decoding Stephen Miller's Nazi speech at Kirk Memorial. That's right.
Who pulled us out of the caves and the darkness into the light. The light will defeat the dark.
Light is a reference to Aryan superiority and enlightenment. A cross-analysis of digital sources of Mein Kampf show that light and darkness are used at least 30 times to describe the Aryan struggle against Jewishness. Hitler often refers to the light of reason contrasted against the darkness of his enemies. Make no mistake, this was a Nazi rally.
Kind of sounds like normal political rhetoric.
Normal political rhetoric?
That our enemies cannot comprehend or understand.
Enemies? Hitler had enemies! Nazi philosopher Carl Schmitt formulated the friend-enemy distinction in his 1932 work, The Concept of the Political, which enabled Hitler's dictatorship and influenced countless Nazi thinkers. To this day, Republicans and other fascists can be found referencing having enemies. Can't you see it?
Everyone has enemies. You're investigating enemies.
Of the army, that they have arisen.
Army. Where have I heard that? Eureka! Hitler had an army! Can't you see it? It's a direct reference to the violation of the Treaty of Versailles and the Wehrmacht. Virtue is a dog whistle term Hitler used. Trump's administration is planning a new Nazi Holocaust. Charlie Kirk has the same birthday as George Floyd. Erica Kirk has 3 Ks.
Just remember, Hitler also drank water, guys. Hitler drank water. Did you drink water today? You may be a Nazi.
Her name, KKK. The signs are everywhere.
Okay. We get it. Here's another one, genius. Charlie's killer said he did it because Kirk was a
CW, you want to throw the link in the chat for the trailer to Savant?
A hateful fascist. You're an extremism expert. What side do you think he was on?
I don't know.
You have no idea.
I don't know.
You gonna guess?
I don't know. I don't know.
Wow, she really is a savant.
Oh, shit.
Become a member at freedomtunes.com for exclusive cartoons.
Oh, my God. What's up, crazy duck lady? Good to see ya. Did you take your daily dose of acetaminophen today? Well, you know, a lot of acetaminophen Americans. It's sad. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. The allergies are escalating. Let's see. Let's go ahead and play. So that's a parody of the Savant thing. Let me look it up really quick here. So the Savant is Bill, that was a real life question. If you had to put together an objective for your current line of work, what would you aim to improve? Put together an objective for my current line of work, like my career. What would I aim to improve? Outreach. That's one thing, because there's a lot of people that don't know about the help that we can, that can be provided in certain areas, and their coordination between private and not private. That's all I'm going to say. So yeah, outreach and communication. That'd be probably the best thing to do. But excuse me. Oh, thank you, CW, for putting that there in the chat. And boom, appreciate you, bud. So that Freedom Tunes parody, the satire. Good answer, thank you. Yeah. You're very welcome. Thanks for asking. I feel really strongly about what I do, and I'm a helper. I'm in a helping field. That's what I do, and I want us to be able to do that in the most effective way possible. So if we can oil it a little bit better, get the gears positioned a little bit better, then you can help more people that way. So that's what I'm about. That's just who I am. So, yep, that is the goal. In whatever way I can be best of service to others, that's what I aim to do. So,
hey kids, come on.
I have not actually seen this yet, so thanks for suggesting it, CW.
What's she looking at?
She's working.
She's working. I thought this was a no-work weekend, Mom. It's gonna be a coordinated mass attack.
Blood will be shed.
Locked and loaded and planted for months.
The hunt has begun.
So it said 893 extremist attacks have been occurred between 1994 and 2020, did it say? It says, today, unseen heroes protect us from countless more. Like white hat hackers, is that what they're talking about?
What are you doing there all day? All night sometimes.
I track people who are planning attacks.
Oh, it's all right-wingers, though. It's all right-wingers attacking. Of course. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Oh, man. Smash that thumb green right now. That's right. We got 64 people watching. Let's get that like ratio up. And did you guys know that for only $5 a month, you can keep me from door dashing? I door dashed before the stream today and was able to scarf down a little bit of dinner before coming up here to stream with you amazing individuals. But it definitely would have been nice if I didn't have to do that. Not gonna lie. I made like 45 bucks tonight in a couple hours. Not too bad. It's not bad. Not a bad rate. But you can subscribe for $5 a month over there in the dozerden.locals.com. When you do that, you can participate in the live chat, comment in the comment section over there, and you can post things that you find fascinating or interesting. Titillating, some might say. And when you do that, you get access to the Rumble subscription perks as well. No ads on this channel, access to the premium content, and the plethora of amazing emotes, and your name is lit up in a beautiful shade of MAGA red. So that is really the best bang for your buck over there in the dozerden.locals.com. But I understand if you don't want to and you want to just subscribe here on Rumble. Either way, it definitely helps me out. And to my monthly subscribers on pill.net or on Rumble, thank you so much for that. Appreciate the heck out of you.
My job is pretending to think like them to stop those people from doing really bad things.
FBI, on your knees!
That's why we call her the Savant. Snipers, bombings, ambushes. We're on the verge of serious violence. I've been watching him for a year and a half. He's recruiting for something. I don't know what it is, but it's massive.
This guy isn't just planning violence. He's out to make a statement.
What kind of a statement?
The fuck kind of a statement do you think?
The kind that history refers to with a month and a date.
Innocent Americans are going to die.
We need to infiltrate.
It looks like Alex the Terrible from Slaughter to Prevail.
Further.
I don't think you should keep pushing this.
Listen to me. They have photos of your family.
You think if you engage with terrible things, you're daring even worse things to happen.
Okay. So apparently that got pulled. That's what that satire piece was based on. I wonder if it got pulled because of the Savant thing and the whole autism thing, or if it was because the blaming everything on the right. Maybe they've decided to stop doing that. They haven't. They won't. They'll pull it back up eventually. They'll make a fuss about it, talk about freedom of speech or something like that, even though, that's not a government inspired thing. But whatever. That's what they do. It is what they do. It gets old. It definitely does. It was very gay. Very gay. That was apparently a real show. Yeah, it was on Apple TV. Jessica Chastain and other people that no one has ever heard of. Very gay. Very, very gay. I would not watch. Would not watch, guys. 34 likes on the stream, guys. Appreciate those. All of the homo. Yes, TFMB. All of the homo. You are correct. They're going to air the show until the Charlie Kirk assassination. Yeah, it would be responsible for them to stop calling anybody who's not a communist a violent Nazi fascist. That'd be nice. Maybe we're just normal fucking people. You ever think of that? Huh, you fucking weirdos? You ever think of that? But to finish up on the Epstein stuff, Massie got 218 votes, guys, to get that discharge petition going, to get a vote on the House floor to release the Epstein information while protecting the client or the consumers, not clients. This is a good thing. I don't understand why people say this is a bad thing. Get it official, get it on paper, get it out there, do it responsibly, which is what this petition does. Massie, this is from Kentucky Lantern. Massie says he has the signatures to force the U.S. House vote on releasing Epstein Files by McKenna Horsley. Massie and Rand Paul were touring today in Kentucky. Wheatland, Kentucky Republican U.S. Representative Thomas Massie says he will soon have the 218 signatures needed to force a U.S. House vote on releasing the federal investigation files on convicted sex offender and financier Jeffrey Epstein. Massie, who has led the crusade to release the files, much to the ire of Republican President Donald Trump, for some weird reason, spoke about his discharge petition during a community forum in rural northeastern Kentucky. He said the results of the special House election in Arizona Tuesday night ensured the petition will receive support from the required number of U.S. House members. Both of the candidates on the ballot promised to sign my discharge petition, Massie said, and one of them won, obviously. So now we're going to have those 218 signatures, and we're going to force a vote on releasing those files. So you're going to have it on record who wants the information out there, who doesn't. The winner of this special election was Democrat candidate Adelita Grijalva. Earlier this month, Massie appeared with victims of Epstein who supported the release of the files. They said they were going to give him a list of individuals, and he said, you know what? I am immune from prosecution for this. So I'm going to go ahead and say the names on the House floor. He's mentioned two so far, kind of trickling them out there. Both of them were billionaires. I forgot their names, but he did mention them. So one of them, dang it, I forgot what they were, but he has mentioned two at least. So House Republican leaders oppose Massie's efforts and are backing an investigation by the House Oversight Committee, which is chaired by another Kentucky Republican, U.S. Rep. James Comer. Massie told reporters after the forum that the Republican leaders in D.C. are in full panic following the election. He also added they are politically threatened, Republican co-signers of the petition. I don't doubt that. If Republican House U.S. Here's the thing, I think a lot of Republicans are involved with this shit, and they're going to be caught up in this shit, and they don't want that out. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. You got a lot of powerful Republicans that are probably tied into this shit, and they don't want to have it out there. That's what I would say. Because how often do we say that if you got rid of the pedophiles in Washington, we wouldn't have a House or a Senate? Just fucking saying, guys. And if you participate in that vote, oh wait, here we go. If Republican U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson tries to use some special parliamentary procedure to stall the petition, Massie said it would also require 218 votes. And if you participate in that vote to sideline the discharge petition, now you're part of the cover-up. Agreed. So they're going to have a vote. And I think they're coming to terms with that, Massie said. He added, and I'm going to bet the speaker is probably going to hand out hall passes to some congressmen because this is an 80-20 issue. He may be advising some of the members of the Republican Party to vote for my discharge petition. Epstein's death in federal custody in 2019 was ruled a suicide, although many Trump supporters have speculated he was murdered. It's not just Trump supporters. It's a lot of people just think that's bullshit. And the fact that they keep saying that he killed himself is fucking retarded. To keep him from revealing embarrassing information about prominent people. Trump fueled speculation about Epstein's death during his 2020 campaign. In 2024, Trump said he would declassify the Epstein records if he returned to the presidency, which he did. Trump has previously vowed, but I think, like I said, I think the intel agency, they got their claws into him and are just like, no, please don't. It's going to destroy the country for the greater good. That's what I think they've probably told him. And he trusts them because he's got boomer mentality at times. Trump has previously vowed to find a candidate to oust Massie in the Republican primary for the Kentucky 4th Congressional District, which there still hasn't been one to pop up. So, yeah, good luck with that. The area has become a stronghold for Republicans who back Massie, but has also voted for Trump in presidential elections because we like both of you. We like you both. We can like both of you. Okay? And we can disagree with you on some things too. Like sometimes I do think that Massie probably needs to pick his battles a little bit better. This one, I'm absolutely fine with. Good job, Massie. Trump, bad response. Bad. No good. That's why we had the dunce cap on him earlier. Let's see. Massie appeared at the Greenup County stop with Kentucky Republican U.S. Senator Rand Paul. The two are traveling the district Wednesday and Thursday for a mix of official and campaign events. Paul told reporters that some members of Congress may vote to object to changing the rules, not just on the petition. So I think he actually might get even more of a groundswell if he tries to turn off the discharge petition, Paul said, of possible efforts by House Speaker Johnson. And I will say Johnson does suck. But yes. Oh, man. So there that was. We're going to get the vote on the discharge petition, if they'll actually let it happen. Oh, did you guys know Robert Gavay is going to be on with Boiling Point tomorrow at 12 to 1 p.m. real time? Eastern time, I'm guessing, is what you're saying there, Neurodivergent One? Gosh. Timist. Or time zonist. Stop by and say hi if you can. There you go. Check them out. Boiling Point's a pretty solid show. I've listened to them a few times. Good people over there. There's a lot of good creators here on Rumble, guys. There's a lot of damn good creators here on Rumble. It's a great community of folks. Really just is. Oh, the spider silkworm stock is starting to move. Well, there you go, Sanglant. You update us on that spider silk stock. It's very interesting. Oh, man. Good God. You're not wrong, TFMB. All right. Let's go ahead and get into the second topic. Only 2 hours into the stream. I said it was going to be a 2-hour stream, guys. But what happened? I was a dirty, rotten liar. Once again, I was a dirty, rotten liar. Oh, there we go. Chop Time TMC with the statement over here. If exposing a pedophile network would collapse America, America deserves to collapse. Sad, but maybe a horrible necessity. Yep, that's why I say, if a palace is built on pillars of pedophilia, it should crumble. There was a lot of alliteration there. A lot of alliteration, and I hope you appreciate that. A palace built on pillars of pedophilia. I wonder if my YouTube stream is still up. We've been talking about the spicy things. We've been talking about the spicy things tonight. Yeah, that switch never happened, TFMB. It's a lie. There were a couple people that technically did switch parties, but most of it, no. It was a lie. You've been shined. Shut it down. No more big bills. A single issue only. Right? Why? Why can't we do that? That would be great. I'd love this. This is a fan. We're gonna. You know what, Crazy Duck Lady and the Dozer Den guys, we are gonna solve. You amazing killdozers here in the Dozer Den, and we're gonna solve all the world's problems from here in Southeast Missouri and across the lands. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it all. So, Italian guy, you have a lot of energy. I feel good things about this. Well, good, awesome. I just saw that comment over there on the YouTubes. Thank you for that. I like that. I don't know how to do. I rarely get comments in the live stream over there on the YouTube because I don't usually stream to YouTube. But that's kind of cool. All right. Let's see. Where is Trader from YouTube? You know, that's a great question. I haven't seen Trader Todd in a while. He moved over to Rumble, and then I guess he decided to go back to YouTube and not pop up over here. But I haven't seen Trader Todd in a minute. I miss Trader Todd. He was one of the lone YouTubers, one of the lone people over there on the YouTubes that watched. And I got him. I talked him into making a Rumble account. I did. It worked. And then he must have pieced out. I don't know. Maybe we'll get him to come back if we post a little bit to YouTube every now and then. Maybe a couple streams a week only. We'll see how I feel. Just being tied up with APEC ties. Yeah, APEC is definitely it's got some nefarious. It's got its claws in a lot of our representatives and senators. It's just the truth. Next topic, guys. Next topic. The Dallas gunman, the ICE shooter. Apparently, he scrawled some very anti-ICE, literally anti-ICE on the bullet, and then one of the bullets said "for me" or something like that, which just not well. But also, these are LARPers that are deciding to actually try to go out and do some of the things that they espouse. It's getting dangerous. It's been getting dangerous, and the rhetoric from the left needs to fucking stop. Because more people are going to get killed. This guy sucked at life so much that he couldn't even do what he was trying to do. He was trying to kill ICE agents. He killed a detainee. What a fucking retard. Injured the other two. Shot multiple holes into the American flag, I guess. And let's watch this clip here, and then we'll read the article.
I'm going to continue the discussion here. Good to see both of you. Let's cue up Tom Homan about his concerns for the people who work for him in ICE.
I'm afraid for the men and women of ICE every night. Every night I go to bed and I pray for the men and women of Bortone ICE that they go home safe to their families. They're American patriots. They're enforcing the law, and it's just I've never seen anything like this in my entire career, and that's 41 years.
Tom Homan, as a reminder, he's worked for Republican presidents, he's worked for Democrat presidents going back 20, 30 years. We talked to the mayor 30 minutes ago. We didn't get a lot of new information. Maybe that's to be expected 26 hours in, but he said all that information is coming from the FBI. My concern would be that, we don't get tidbits.
No.
Like they shut it down in Utah. They shut it down in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
This sicko in Minneapolis a month ago, you can go online and read the stuff that he was doing. Right. And I just, in cases like these,
worked for
more
Tim
information
Walz.
is better for all of us.
I think so, but at the same time, you have to respect the investigation. And I think we can focus on what we can control is what comes out of our mouths. And what we're seeing,
they
again,
all three died?
This rhetoric,
Damn. I thought only one of them died. Well, I was about to read the story, I guess. I should have... damn, that sucks. Rest in peace to those individuals. They may have been needed to be deported, possibly, but I don't want them dead. Man, that sucks.
Repped up rhetoric where you're continually referring to law enforcement as Gestapo, and they're wearing masks, but even though it says ICE on their chest and they announce themselves, and the blatant ignorance of left-leaning politicians who are like, why are they wearing the mask? Because you are making it to where people are outing them, putting their families in danger. That's why they're wearing the mask. Change the rhetoric. Stop. It's always, well, what about this and what about that? Until you start to have politicians actually say, hey, I'm not going to be a part of this type of stuff, this is going to continue. So the FBI has to be tight with their investigations, because when they do have a good lead, maybe some of these things are connected. They have to worry about left-leaning
seeing one dead,
senators and House members leaking information. So that's why it's so tight.
It's interesting because, as I was saying when over at the board, Kennedy, you could be mistaken to think that, it just happens once in a while. It's one place here. But there's patterns. And our team earlier put together this montage.
Fair point.
Better all this rhetoric that's coming. It's like they all got the talking points to go against ICE and say some of the most terrible things about them.
And it has to be scary for law enforcement to put together some of the profiles of the people who are committing these crimes, whether it's murder. You talked about the detainee who was murdered yesterday in Texas, or Charlie Kirk and his assassination. There seems to be a pattern with these people. And unfortunately, you have, we used to have thought leaders in Congress. We used to have people who stood up for their constituents and said and did the right thing. And they would get political pushback from the other side, but at least you had some respect for them. But now you have people like Jasmine Crockett, who, she herself, based on her own rhetoric, she is unstable. So who is she activating? Is she activating the mom in Colorado who's making herself a matcha latte after school drop-off? No, it is the unwell people who look at this and they see the other people who've gotten a lot of publicity and they want to be just like them. So when you are talking about the worst institutions this world has ever seen, Nazis and slavery, and you are comparing this administration and specifically ICE to the worst, most evil institutions ever, then what do you think that sociopathic, unwell, narcissistic, angry loners are going to do? They're going to do what Jasmine Crockett seems to be implying to sick people, and that's why she's the one, and other people like her, like Gavin Newsom, who have to rely on something other than these hideous metaphors.
J.B. Pritzker said the same thing. Just recently, the last couple of days, governor of Illinois.
There's no election in 2028. It's just that Newsom said that on. It's just where do you get this?
If that's the case, then why is he putting together this team?
Yeah, and you're not running against Trump too, by the way.
Yep, so got it. Let's lighten it up, shall we? Shall we lighten it up? Okay,
give it
Trump.
A shot. Let's
here
see.
We go. Trump is. He wants to know what happened at the UN on Tuesday. We watched it. He said this wasn't a coincidence.
All right, enough of that. Oh shoot! How do I get out of this? Refresh. There we go. All right. No, don't start playing. Okay, so here's the article.
Thank you, Mike. Kennedy's here, and Tyrus want to continue the discussion.
Silence.
See both of
them. This was from how many hours ago? This was from 11:10 a.m. today. So this is the most. I saw one from 8 hours ago that was saying that there was one detainee that was killed, two that were still injured. by the shots. Metal Mouth, if you've got a link that has that all three have been killed, go ahead and share it in the chat. Excuse me. Allergies. Got to be allergies, right? The gunman who opened fire at a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement facility in Dallas, Texas, sought, quote-unquote, real terror for agents and searched apps that tracked the presence of ICE personnel. So they do have that information, and they have a letter, apparently, from the guy. FBI Director Cashman revealed on Thursday. Joshua John or Jan? I think it's Jan. 29 was identified by sources familiar with the investigation as the shooter who fired from a rooftop toward the ICE facility, killing one detainee and injuring 2 others. The shooter died after turning the gun on himself, authorities said. FBI Dallas and FBI HQ have been working 24/7 to seize devices, exploit data, and process the writings obtained on location and in the subject's person/residence/bedroom, Patel wrote on X. One of the handwritten notes recovered read, "Hopefully this will give ICE agents real terror to think if there's a sniper with AP armor-piercing rounds on that roof." Patel also said the gunmen searched for videos of Charlie Kirk's assassination in Utah, leading up to the attack in Dallas on Wednesday. So there's the guy. Definitely looks like a masculine individual. Yeah, he looks like a piece of shit, honestly. He just does. There you go, Metal Mouth. Let me pull this up really quick. Let me see when this is from. Okay, this is from 6:48 a.m. This was before. 4 people were shot. This is from something different. See, now I've only 3 people in other news. So this is from September. So this is from the day it happened. This was yeah. So they said 2 were confirmed dead now, and because they had to go back and change that. So the most current information says that 1 is dead, and then 2 of the ICE detainees were injured. So this was from a day ago, and the information we're reading now is more current. So you got to when it was really fresh, there was a lot of information. Fog of war stuff, Metal Mouth. Fog of war stuff. The information is very, very fluid with stories like this. So, yeah. Let's see. He conducted multiple searches of ballistics at the Charlie Kirk shot video between 9/23-24. Patel wrote between 8/19 and 24. He searched apps that track the presence of ICE agents. Patel also said the shooter downloaded a document titled Dallas County Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management containing a list of DHS Department of Homeland Security facilities. Further, accumulated evidence to this point indicates a high degree of pre-attack planning, the FBI director said. From a nearby rooftop, Jan allegedly fired indiscriminately in the ICE building as well as at a van in the Sallyport where the victims were shot. So they were shot in the van. The 3 detainees were in an unmarked transport van where they were shot before Jan took his own life around 7 a.m. According to sources, authorities said the gunman was found dead with a rifle on a rooftop nearby. Jeremy Hambley from the courtroom posted the images of the guy. Not something I want to go look at again, and I'm not going to share it. So, a photo posted on X by Patel showed what appeared to be be rifle caliber ammunition affixed to a clip. The rounds were not engraved. It looks like ballpoint pen with anti-ice message. Literally, it just says anti-ice. So when I first saw that, I'm like, But also, like I said, we're dealing with the autists from Reddit. So, yeah. What's up, Darkhorn? Good to see you. Don't think I've ever seen you in the chat. Hello there. Thanks for joining. There's the truth, but everyone interprets it differently. It exists, but who really knows what actually happened unless they were there? True. That was the most. Yes. That was and no shade at all. No slight or anything towards you at all. But that was definitely from the day that it happened. So on the 24th, the article that I just read was from today. So it was it's Jan. Okay, thank you. That's what I thought it was. But yeah, you're a noob. Well, Darkhorn, welcome to the Dozer Den. I'm Bill Dozer. Nice to see you. If you didn't know, I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Central. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday shows. We do about 3 to 4 news topics with some palate cleansers kind of sprinkled throughout. Saturday streams, it's a completely different creature, although we usually have one topic, but mostly it's a chill stream, a chat stream. All for you amazing killdozers here in the Dozer Den. Sometimes you got to take a step away from the bullcrap that went on during the week, and you got to chill, you got to hang out. And of course, we take music video requests on Saturdays for the Dozer Den DJ Hour, where you could rock out with your cock out, jam out with your clam out. Those are the only 2 options. If you're intersex, pick a fucking lane already, for the love of God. Just pick a lane, okay? We have ourselves a damn good time on Saturday. We have a good time all the time. We do have a bit of a gimmick here in the Dozer Den. If we hit $50 worth of donations on any stream, I'll put on a fancy hat. That's right. We've got a faux tricorn hat over here with a feather in it. And when you put a feather in your cap, you call it macaroni. That's what Yankee Doodle said, isn't it? There's that hat. There's this hat. We have a crown. The Burger King crown, but I don't have a red bandana and I won't be saying the word. So there's that. Yes, I'm a man of many hats, literally. And on Saturday streams, if we have a $20 donation or 5 gifted subs, I do a little bit of Cork Pop ASMR. I'm out of Double Oaked Woodford Reserve, though. By the way, you can donate directly to the Dozer Den with Venmo or Cash App. That's right. Right to the Dozer Den. Or Rumble Rants or gifted subs. Those are options as well. Nobody ever has to donate monetarily to the Dozer Den, but if you do, I sure as heck do appreciate it. Helps me out, helps me focus on making amazing content for you. Lovely killdozers. That it does. And the aluminum hat. Sorry, I forgot about the aluminum hat, which we actually will be putting on for our final topic of the evening. That is right, the Illuminipple has come out. We got Bobble Trump over here to the side. He's got his foil hat. We match, guys. We match. Bobble Trump. Yes, Dozer, I like matching. It makes things a little bit more succinct. It's great when we have the Illuminipple. I think it's a great thing to call it the Illuminipple. All right, some people might not like it. I think it's great, Bill Dozer. You just keep it up. Oh, no. We bobbled the hat right off. But we're going to get into some tinfoil hat type conversation, guys. Cloud mutilation. It's going to be huge. Huge clouds getting mutilated. Shane Cashman. He destroyed Augustus Doricko, Rainmaker CEO. Mutilating clouds. Guys. Mutilating the clouds. This back and forth between Shane Cashman and Augustus Doricko, the CEO of Rainmaker. That's right, the cloud seeding project that just happened to be in the area right before all those horrible floods in Texas that resulted in little girls getting swept away. Very, very sad. My collection is brimming with good taste. Well, thank you so much. If you haven't followed the channel yet, go ahead and smash that follow button. If you haven't liked the stream yet, let's take a look. And we also do appreciate reposts here on the stream. Let me do a refresh to see if we got any more reposts. That helps this channel grow, gosh darn it. Darkhorn just started following. Thank you for joining the Killdozer Army. It's currently metaphorical, Darkhorn. Probably going to stay that way. Probably. TFMB with a comment. Tantalum with a repost. Thank you guys so much for that support. That does help the channel grow so that we can spread the word of the Dozer Den. Oh man. But let's go ahead and get into it. We've got this last topic here. And typically our last topic will be a bit of a palate cleanser. Or maybe not necessarily a palate cleanser, but kind of a side topic. Not very news-ish, but this 12-minute back and forth between Shane Cashman on and Augustus Doricko on Timcast was simply superb. And it got like 1.1 thousand views on the X machine. That's right. You can follow me on X at BillDozer74__. I get in fights with cultists and commies over there. That's right. I am on pill.net. I'm on BitChute. I'm on good Lord, why am I blanking? BitChute, pill.net, Rumble, X, and the dozerden.locals.com. There you go. And I'm on YouTube. If you want to follow me on YouTube, you can. I don't really stream. I guess I might start streaming there a couple times a week again, just because there are people there that we're watching. Like Trader Horn, he seems to have fallen off. Maybe if he sees me posting on YouTube again, he'll come back though. Because you know what, there are audience members in different places, and I don't want to just completely leave them out. There were a few people that watch. I get like 10 or 15 views a video, a stream on YouTube. Much better here on Rumble. The Rumble is my happy place. Pill.net's pretty awesome too, though. And X is okay. Hope he gets a lot of hooker. Oh my god. Yeah, there's a lot of those. Gitter. Guys, Gitter is full. I'm on Gitter too. I'm on True Social. Same username. Also on Gab. I'm on Gab too. And Minds. I'm all over the place, guys. All over the place. Yeah, Gitter seems to be full of bots. Oh, did I go blurry? Whoa. Don't you do that. Don't you do that, camera. You don't usually have that problem. But let's go ahead and get into this cloud seeding discussion. Shane's not a fan of cloud seeding. Shane is not a fan of this tech bro guy. Okay? Because Augustus Doricko, he's got the tech bro kind of vibe. What's up, Greg, Ohio, with a whoosh, slap of that peach. Every now and then you gotta slap the peach. Sometimes you make him count. But Augustus Doricko, Rainmaker CEO, was on with Timcast. He's got a mullet for some reason. I don't know if it's just because not grinder, no grinder. No. I don't know if he really feels the mullet or if he's doing it just to look like one of the guys. But Shane Cashman is pretty assertive. Sometimes a little aggressive here, but hats off to Shane Cashman for taking this man to task. Mullet man's a fag. Oh God. You're not a fan of Tim. Tim pissed me off tonight. I'll say that. He has what I like about Timcast is there are some good conversations that come up on the show. I like that there are good conversations that come up from it. A lot of times when Tim starts talking, I just want to tell him, hey, let the other people talk. Because you're honestly, he's arrogant as hell sometimes. Like when he talked about anybody who questions Israel, oh, that's just Pakistanis. That's just Pakistani bots. Fuck you, Southeast Missouri bro here, and I will absolutely criticize Israel when it does bad, which, I don't want us to fund them in any way. I don't want us to give them weapons or money. Israel does bad things. It's okay to say that. It doesn't make you anti-Semitic to say that Israel does bad things, because they do. So, Nickel Floor, bedtime here in the old folks' home. Rest well, Nickel Floor. Thank you so much for your participation in the chat and for being an amazing killdozer here in the Dozer Den. Tim's never hats off. He's a vain, arrogant bitch. His conversation about the ICE agents being unmasked and it's like, dude, you wouldn't go to the Charlie Kirk funeral because you were scared. You were rightfully so. Your security team was telling you that it was too dangerous, but you're telling these ICE agents that they should deal with this. And it was like, it just was weird. It was a huge disconnect, but he does that. He's in his own world. So, but yeah, I like Phil. So, that's a gag he's been doing since because people saying he's Israel's pirate. I kind of didn't get that vibe from him tonight, saying Land. Like, I know what you're talking about because I've seen him say stuff like that. But tonight he seemed pretty serious about it. I don't know. It bugged me. But let's listen to this. Is completely different. Don't want to talk about that sandbox bullshit. Let's talk about clouds getting mutilated.
Augustus Doricko.
Pleasure.
Who are you? What do you do?
My name is Augustus Doricko. I run Rainmaker. We're the biggest cloud seeding company in the United States, and we're making more water for farms, ecosystem restoration, hydroelectric utilities, and ski resorts by flying drones into clouds that aren't naturally precipitating and then making them rain or snow more.
Uh-oh. I'm Shane Cashman. If I were king, I would ban this because it's sky terrorism. But I'm happy you're here.
Dude, I would love to talk about
terrorism. Comes out hot. He said sky terrorism, and of course he's drinking liquid death, which I actually do like liquid death. I haven't got some in a while, but it's good. Yeah, All That Remains is an amazing band. Love it. And Phil has some good takes sometimes. Other times, not so much. 274 is the number of FBI agents at January 6th getting dropped all over the X. Oh, shit. Damn, Chops. We got news on Certification Day 2021, huh? I figured it was dozens. I didn't think it was 274. My God, Chops. If you have a link, dude, throw that out there and we'll take a look at that here in a second. Damn. 274 agents, really? Agents or confidential human informants? CHIs or CHSs, confidential human sources. There's a difference between the two, but they're very, very, it's almost semantics. I mean, one of them's trained better, of course, but damn, Chops. Yeah, share that link for me, because Fedsurrection, guys. It was absolutely a Fedsurrection.
Stoked to talk about it.
Yeah. I just look right at Shane. I'm like waiting for him to say that clouds don't exist.
I've been telling him about weather manipulation for years. Everyone laughs at me. I'm like, well, the face of Big Cloud is right here.
I fucking love Shane Cashman so damn much. I'm going to have to call into his show one of these days. The Inverted World, right after Timcast. His show is fucking fun to listen to. It gives me vibes. It gives me vibes of like Coast to Coast AM. It's like, it's the call-ins, the talking, just chill, talking about things, entertaining all the ideas. It's a fun show to listen to. I don't get to listen to it as often because a lot of the times while I'm doing my stream, whenever he's doing his stream. But yeah, he's got a great show. I'll have to call in one of these days.
How do you reconcile cloud seeding with the fact that there's not even any clouds?
Well, there's clouds. He just keeps mutilating them.
Well, where are the clouds coming from?
Yeah.
Cultivating.
You're not cultivating. You're destroying God's beauty.
You ever heard of air soul invigoration of convection, bro?
Bro. He had to throw the bro out there. Douche.
Tell me about it, bro.
We make them bigger, the clouds.
Yeah, I don't like it.
You like small clouds.
I think we should leave it alone.
Do we get rid of the dams on the rivers?
Well, that's engineering. What you're doing is like Oppenheimer.
False equivalency there from...
First of all,
you don't know what unintended consequences you're doing by interfering with nature.
Yeah, but Oppenheimer...
And you're a privatized war machine that was started in war, and now you're doing it under the guise of masquerading to help farmers. But in the future, I imagine you'll be creating fake rain for data centers that your friends in Silicon Valley will be building everywhere.
My friends, I just disavowed my friends in Silicon Valley.
Not enough.
Yeah, but Palantir made you. Like, you're a Teal fellow.
Not enough.
What do you need fake rain for data centers for?
Data centers soak up lots of water, right?
They kind of do, but they're mostly closed loop circuits, so they don't actually consume that.
Have you not said in interviews you're going to drop fake rain for data centers?
It's real rain, actually, but
it's fake.
It's fake rain from fake clouds.
It's silver iodide. They roll their eyes, but this is a very real issue.
We can get into toxicological thresholds, bro. If you want to do
You're just going to keep deflecting with big words. I'd like to keep it blue collar.
Okay. Safe. Big, fluffy, natural, safe.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful rain, wet farms, wet data centers. So the specific question is...
you started saying words that no one understood.
Yeah. So it's kind of jumping around because they clip this is a clip, but man, Shane his posture looks like he wants to strangle this mullet man. Shane is pissed off. I love it.
Yeah, no, the silver iodide stuff is all
but it's not good. We don't know. There's 2 scientists that just testified 4 days ago before Congress saying they don't even understand what the buildup of silver iodide is going to do to the water and to the soil. And you can mention 80 years of data, but Fauci has 8 years of vaccines, and we know that's safe and effective.
Yeah, but hold on. I mean, what you're basically saying is because we can't study the long-term effects multi-decade, we shouldn't do anything?
We should not interfere with nature in the way I think cloud seeding is.
Well,
but real quick, he made a point about dams.
Right, that's working
that wiped out cities.
That's working, yeah, and I get it. That's working with nature. That like irrigation, building dams, that's like an engineering I can get behind. But what you're doing, I don't agree with, because I believe, and I know your website says you're not playing God. I like that you have that in FAQs, but I think you are playing God.
Well, okay, so just for one point of context, can I ask if you're religious?
I believe in Jesus Christ.
Okay, yeah, no, Christ is Lord. Love that guy. Saved my life 4 years ago. I've got one theological point and then one like technical point, right? The theological point that I think matters a lot is trying to live out the dominion mandate that God gave us in Genesis at the beginning of time, right? He told us to steward and work the garden. He told us to take dominion over the earth, the seas, and the skies, not just for our benefit, but for the sake of creation's well-being and his glorification through that. And if farms are collapsing due to drought, if ecosystems like the Colorado River are collapsing due to drought, and we have a means, sort of like building a dam to store more water, to keep those ecosystems and farms alive for our benefit, if it is in fact safe, and I'd have to prove that it is safe, and you should not just trust me, but verify it otherwise, then we'd actually be abdicating our responsibility to God to take care of his
But God didn't say to synthesize silver iodide in labs.
Yeah, I
we
mean,
don't know, and we don't know
light bulbs either.
Yeah, but we don't know how that will affect our food.
As such a weak comparison that he just made. He definitely did not. He was not ready for Shane Cashman. He was not ready for Shane Cashman. Give him a little bit of time to actually have a debate, and it'd be really interesting to see how intellectual they can get back and forth on this. But yeah, what hides under Tim Pool's beanie? Another beanie, or a small little head, like a vestigial head on top of his head. So that's my thought. If you've seen it, he actually is just kind of, he's not that bald. He's got a really receding hairline.
Aquatic life.
No, so
but let me just respond. I mean, what you're talking about applies to like millions of products.
Well, there's a lot of things I don't agree with,
like the wave of fluorescent lights and the
This conversation is what inspired the thumbnail of the sad cloud. Okay, don't mutilate your clouds. Be nice to them.
chemicals that were in that cause ecological damage, and like don't breathe it in, it'll kill you, and it's spreading in landfills. And
I agree, there is a lot, but since the cloud seeding guy is here, I'm talking about cloud seeding, and I'm talking about how I think, you know, that I believe it will be a danger, because in my sense, to me, a lot of what you're doing plus stuff in Silicon Valley is a Tower of Babel.
So the reason I bring that up, and I'm asking you this, is would you say something similar to like the giant lithium batteries in hybrid cars or electric cars?
Well, I totally disagree with electric cars.
So we should. What about the oil accumulation from engines and things like that?
I think it's bad, but like I don't think we should have people in the skies manipulating weather patterns. I know those things are bad.
I get it.
I know things are bad. I don't agree with vaccines.
I'm just trying to understand where your line is, right? So like, should we ban plastic use?
As a member of the member has a good point on Pill.net. One could argue that some droughts and floods are caused because of private firms and military using geoengineering, and you want to solve that with geoengineering? What the fuck? It's a classic case of the Hegelian dialectic there, member of the member. Classic case of that. So, not saying that floods and droughts don't happen on their own, but you know, we are fucking with things we probably shouldn't be. Just shouldn't be.
I mean, plastics are very bad for you.
Yeah, I'm in favor of getting rid of plastic.
I try to use glass and stuff, but even that is sometimes lined with microplastics.
Sure, totally. So like, I think we should do everything possible to have safe, healthy products around us, right? Like we shouldn't be wearing.
Very important PSA from the crazy duck lady. Don't lick the doorknob and stuff acetaminophen up your butt. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. What would we have done without those wise words? I'll stop licking doorknobs tonight.
Microplastics all the time. We shouldn't be eating a bunch of MSG and like artificial, high fructose corn syrup. But I mean, it tastes good, but it's bad for you, I think. But then the question is, there's two, right? Do we actually know like the thresholds after which using silver iodide to make precipitation would be problematic for ecosystems or otherwise? The answer is yes. So if you look at, there's this one study, gets quoted all the time. It's called like potential risks of acute silver iodide exposure, something to that effect. The lowest threshold of silver iodide concentration in water that can have any adverse effect on freshwater bacteria. Those are the most sensitive organisms that could be affected by this. It's about 101 parts per billion. If you look at the seeded clouds with the highest concentrations of silver iodide in them, you're floating at around 30 parts per billion. So just in the artificial rain, let's call it the man-made rain, you're still 30%, or you're still 70% lower than the absolute lowest threshold for any toxicity to anything in the environment, way below what it would take to impede human life, crops, any larger system. So there's that for one. And then the second thing is like,
are measurements accurate on how much is actually getting into the water table and stuff like that? That's what you have to look at. So those may be, you know, what the safe levels are. How do we know they're going to stay there? How do we know they actually are there?
Most natural precipitation actually occurs because little dust particles in the cloud are what the water droplets or the water vapor freezes onto, grows into big snowflakes, and then precipitates. It just so happens that silver iodide is one of the more effective materials for that. And so it's mimicry of what God's process for precipitation looks like already.
Oh, what if you did organic cloud seeding with natural dust particles?
Well, then that goes into, I don't think we should be manipulating it at all. Like the silver iodide is just one part of it. Like I don't think messing at all.
Well, then we got to get rid of all of the coal plants and the nuclear plants and the nat gas plants and the solar farms because
a
they
lot
all
of issues.
the weather too.
I mean, yeah, there's there's fake clouds. You're just one facet of the fake cloud hierarchy because there's also different things that are happening within our evaporation and in the water supply. I mean, birth control in the water.
This is
bad.
And I think I'm not trying to say you've not made the point. You made the point that there's a lot of things are bad. You're addressing this one. I look at like mercury dumping in the ocean and rivers.
Mm-hmm.
And when you talk about silver iodide and things like that,
yeah,
when we are damming rivers or redirecting them and then using them as waste, like refuse like dumps, I see that as largely the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's terrible. I mean,
but are we gonna then like, should we invoke severe like environmental restrictions on companies? We have the Clean Water Restoration Act, very famous because it was the Ohio River, I think, burst into flames.
Yes.
Was it the Ohio River?
Yep.
Started on fire because of all the chemicals that were being mixed into it. And what happened was, it wasn't that any one group was like, let's dump toxic chemicals that burst into flames. It was that each company was dumping a little bit. And so when we were like, yo, why is our river on fire? They were like, don't look at me. I only dumped a little bit. And it's like, yeah, well, all of you were doing it at the same time.
Yep.
So someone had to regulate that avalanche. Otherwise,
I do
it gets
think
worse.
we need it. And I'm not like a climate alarmist. Like I'm not like an AOC and with the cow farts, but I grew up on the Hudson River in New York, right behind across the river from an IBM place where they could legally dump all their sewage into the river, and I think that was insane.
Yeah.
There was a big sign on the train tracks that said that. But yeah, I mean, like there's 31 states right now trying to outlaw you.
Well, so there were 3 states did. I said this the other day publicly, like I know, and over the course of this conversation, we've been ragging on tech companies.
Yeah, rivers catching fire is probably a bad thing. Just what the hell? It's all about the cow farts. Darn it. That's right, Cass.
Totally deserved. Like most tech companies have no concern for the American people. Most corporations have no concern for the well-being of like the environment that we live.
Yeah, I honestly, when Tim starts talking, I usually tune him out. I don't even remember what he said because I'm focused on the conversation between these two guys.
Live in. Most tech companies don't really care about America's national interests at all. And so I'm very sympathetic to people being default suspicious or skeptical or even hateful of tech companies. Like I get that. That's why with people, you've been fairly polite and I appreciate that. But like people,
I've called you a ghoul on Twitter.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I love Shane. He's so great. he's like, wait. I may be polite right now. I did call you a ghoul on Twitter.
his booker ghosted me because of it, but I'm glad we're here now.
No, likewise. But like I understand that people don't expect tech companies to build real solutions for real people. You don't have to be a climate alarmist to say like the Ogallala Aquifer in the Midwest is being depleted and farms from the Dakotas all the way down to Texas are going to collapse because of it. The Colorado River barely makes it to Mexico and all the species dependent on it are going to die if we don't make more water there. The Central Valley of California, people have been farming there for 100 years. They're not going to be able to anymore unless we produce more water. And there's a bunch of other things like managing our existing water table better that we should do too.
Dear God, Tantalum says, Bill, there's a beer from a local Ohio brewery called Burning River because it caught fire so many times. So yeah, the Cuyahoga, wow, that is crazy. And then Chops ITMC was mentioned in the Cuyahoga River as well. I think Cass was saying that a second ago. He said, how many times? 70 times or something like that? That is nuts. Absolutely nuts. I just can't believe that. As Tantalum said that the Cuyahoga River caught fire 72 times. 72 times. Wait a second. Muslims believe they'll get 72 virgins when they martyr themselves. It all makes sense. It's Islam's fault. Yep.
And even all of that said, we should scrutinize and regulate cloud seeding, right? Because we don't want anybody to be adding any material to the atmosphere. And the states that we operate in now, Utah, their Department of Natural Resources regulates the materials we use. Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation does that as well. That's great. I think the federal government should do that too. But we shouldn't like ban it because there's prospective unintended consequences on the toxicological side or on the water table side that we actually can model out and show like what the effects are.
I get it.
We do got to go to super chats
Yeah,
because
and I
we're a
have
little
my show right now.
Right.
But I hear you. And when I called you a ghoul, it wasn't because I was blaming you for the floods. Like, I think you were kind of a patsy for that, honestly. I thought you were a ghoul for the PR tour you did, and the company, which I disagree with. And I'm worried about how, I mean, I don't have to get into the whole thing, but like the whole Peter Thiel world is not good to me. And I think it's anti-human. And I think we need to regulate what you guys are doing to the earth. Because I know what you're saying, but it sounds like Neuralink to me. When Elon's saying, we're going to help you out in the short term, but in the long term, you're building a dystopia. And I wish you would redirect because I think you're very smart. I wish you would redirect that brilliance to something a little less dystopian.
Like cloud seeding acid rain over Silicon Valley.
Just stop messing with the sky.
Dude,
you're monopolizing it.
I think you might have pegged me as the wrong guy. Totally get why, but
why is that?
I don't think that I'm the tech bro that you think I am.
I think you are.
I understand, but I think we can talk about that more.
I love it. I love Shane. He's like, no, I think you are.
But dude, I would love to have you on my show.
Maybe we should do a culture war and add like 2 other elements of the discussion on environmental factors. Like
I would love to have the conversation. I mean, I feel the way I feel. I'm not going to change it. But I appreciate that you have the conversation.
Well, I don't know, man. Like if you give me good points, then I'll change my mind.
Yeah. I don't think that'll happen. You're a Teal fellow.
And I am I can't say that publicly. Yeah.
You are a brother in Christ though. You are a brother in Christ.
Well, yeah, but beware wolves in sheep's clothing.
Exactly.
Don't trust that
exactly
because I say it.
And right? I'm petitioning you to stop mutilating the sky.
Mutilating.
I'm petitioning you to help us take care of our farms and ecosystems that are collapsing.
And I would like to see you do it in a different way.
Let's meet in the middle. We'll figure that one out.
No, I think that we should dig a giant canal straight into the Sahara Desert and just pump seawater straight into it, and then artificially create streams and tributaries and all that to bring it back.
No, bro, but then the evaporation would make clouds and heat us.
There's a lot of stuff that's going on in the ground and in the water that's
Vegas?
bad too. Vegas has got to go.
Yeah,
just gotta go. That's for so many.
All right, we got to get super chats.
I'm going to my show right now. Inverted World Live, 10 o'clock, YouTube, Rumble. See you there. Thank you guys, Augustus. I appreciate you talking.
It was a pleasure.
He's not happy. He hates him. Look at the ire. Look at the just vitriol in that glare. I enjoyed that. Head off. But the conversation is changing. Let's see. Sanglant with a post over there in the dozerden.locals.com. Nope, shoot. And sorry for the sick sounds, guys. Apparently it is escalating as I hang out here with you guys. What you got? What you got? Oh God, I gotta log in with Rumble. Okay, come on, locals, come on. There we go. Do it. It didn't take me anywhere. Boom, 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 boom. Is it in the live chat? Not in the live chat. You said you put a list over. Oh, I did not see it. There it is. List of 120 years of climate scams by scientists. Nice. And that was posted yesterday. Sorry I didn't see that, Sanglant. My bad. TFMB, you like this place? I just found it. We might scroll through a couple of these really quick, and then we're gonna look at the really quick before we end the stream. We're gonna look at the clips. Let me post this really quick. Disclose TV talking about the January 6th stuff, Certification Day 2021. Wow. Okay, but really quick, this kind of goes with the climate change stuff that we were talking about with the cloud seeding. So Sanglant over there in the dozerden.locals.com contributing to the show by posting in the community, which you can do for $5 a month. You get to participate in live chat, post things, and you get all the benefits of a Rumble subscription. Best bang for your buck over there at the dozerden.locals.com. We get more paying members over there for $5 a month, and I'll be able to stream longer there as well. List of 120 years of climate scares by scientists. Oh, just a second here. We got a list. Okay. Scientists seek, this is by Mark Simone, March 19th, 2025. Scientists seek funding and journalists seeking an audience agree. Panic sells. Global cooling is going to kill us all. No, wait, global warming is going to kill us all. Here's the list, an amazing chronology of the last 120 years of scaremongering on climate. 1895, geologists think the world may be frozen up again. New York Times, February 1895. 1902, disappearing glaciers deteriorating slowly with a persistency that means their final annihilation. Bum, bum, bum. Scientific fact surely disappearing. Los Angeles Times. That's how they do it. It's just rage bait. Fear, fear, fear you must. Because that is what is just, apparently. I don't know why I made that a rhyme, but I did. I can't take it back. Can't do it. Guys, don't forget to tell people about the Dozer Den. Because usually, when people pop in here, they kind of like it. It's a good time. It's a good time. So, spread the word. Let people know. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Professor Schmidt warns us of an encroaching ice age. 1912. 1923, scientists say Arctic ice will wipe out Canada. I mean, would it be too bad? That was Professor Gregory of Yale University, American representative to the Pan-Pacific Science Congress, Chicago Tribune. Another 1923, the discoveries of changes in the sun's heat and the southward advance of glaciers in recent years have given rise to conjectures of the possible advent of a new ice age. 1924, Macmillan reports signs of a new ice age. 1929, most geologists think the world is growing warmer and that it will continue. So, okay. So 1924 to 1929, what changed? Will it continue to get warmer? And then, is another ice age coming? If these things be true, it is evident. Now, I want to read that as like one of the Munchkins. If these things be true, it is evident, therefore, that we must be teetering on an ice age. The Atlantic magazine. America in longest warm spell since 1776. That was in 1933. Temperature line records a 25-year rise. So this is back when you started seeing a more industrial stuff. I mean, not in the Industrial Revolution, that was earlier, but things were ramping up. And then 33. So there's a shift there between 1912 to 33. Widespread and persistent tendency toward warmer weather. Is our climate changing? Oh, as the Federal Weather Bureau, FWB. 1938, global warming caused by man heating the planet with carbon dioxide is likely to prove beneficial to mankind in several ways, besides the provision of heat and power. I mean, more carbon dioxide does mean more plant life, greener earth. So, I'm not drinking fast enough for this shit. No fault of yours, Bill. Thank you for covering this. Hey, I got you, Tant. Appreciate you guys. As a recovering Canadian, bears are scary. Moose will also kill you. Moose will fuck you up. I'm honestly more scared of a moose. No, I'm not. I'm scared of bears too. Let's see. I would like to see the rivers freeze over again. Oh, okay. Frozen rivers. Okay, Sanglant. That's a take. I remember having to go out and with a sledgehammer or an axe and bust holes in the ponds for the cows in the cow pasture when I was in my teens. It wasn't easy. And the cows were definitely pushy because they were thirsty. Let's see. Experts puzzle over 20-year mercury rise. Chicago is in the front rank of thousands of cities throughout the world which have been affected by a mysterious trend toward warmer climate in the last 2 decades. Gayfers who claim the winters were harder when they were boys are quite right. Weathermen have no doubt that the world, at least for the time being, is growing warmer. So this just kind of seems to be the trend. Got warmer, cold weather haters. The worst may be yet to come. And then 70 is back to the cold weather again. So it yo-yos. It goes warm and then it's cold. And then it's warm and then it's cold. Yep. 74, cooling trend. Oh, we're gonna melt. Oh, we're gonna freeze. Oh, we're gonna melt. Oh, we're gonna freeze. It's back and forth. It's just control. That's a lot there. Well, that's over there in the dozerden.locals.com. Man, it's all propaganda. is to get people spun up and to get their to get them on the agenda. Huh. 2008, Hansen was never muzzled, even though he violated NASA's official agency position on climate forecasting. We did not know enough to forecast climate change or mankind's effect on it. Hansen thus embarrassed NASA by coming out with his claims of global warming in '88 and his testimony before Congress. Well, thanks for sharing, Sanglant. Appreciate you. Let's take a look really quick here. Let's take a look really quick here at... There we go. Disclose TV, talking about the Certification Day 2021 stuff. The change is more than liberal can take. Yep. Seems like every time this year, my throat and sinuses wild up. Yeah, and it started raining like crazy here, so the moisture in the air has got me all flared up. So, oh, you had a gift? Oh, shit. You had a gift? Did you gift a sub? Let me see. Let me scroll up. Let me scroll up. What did you do? What did you do, CW? CW gifted a sub here in the Dozer Den. It puts us up to $21. That puts us at $29 away from hat goal. We're at the end of the stream, though, so I don't think we're going to hit $29 more. I really don't. Missouri, if you didn't like the weather, wait a minute and it'll change. God, you're not lying. First of all, though, to the people who have donated tonight, you guys are absolute fucking chads. Thank you so very much for donating monetarily to the Dozer Den. Helps me out. It does help me out. Helps me focus on making more amazing content for you guys. It sure does. It's a party, guys. It's a party here in the Dozer Den.
Hey, what kind of party is this?
It's a damn good party, Bender. It's a damn good party. But thank you so very much for that. You know what? That deserves one of my favorite sounds. Another gifted sub.
Jews out in space, we're zooming along, protecting the Hebrew race.
Yes. Jews in space. Thank you for that, CW. And it was TFMB. Getting access to all the emotes, the good stuff. That's right. That is right. Might have to refresh, but you'll have access to those. And thank you guys so much for the support tonight. Goodness gracious. There, Jew in space. There you go. There you go. All right, let's look at these this information on the Disclosed TV here. Says apparently more rank and file FBI agents after January 6th claimed political bias infected operations, feeling like pawns in a political war, according to an after-action report withheld from the public for over 4 years. Well, fuck us, right? I hate it. I hate everything about this. I'm glad that it's coming out, but I hate all of them. Let's take a look here at the link, and I do forget every time that when I do that, it'll take me to another link, and I have to reshare. From Disclosed TV, FBI had 274 plainclothes agents embedded in January 6th crowds. Holy fuck. That's 276, 275, now 274. What? Why do they keep changing? Why does the number keep going down? Usually it's just a short snippet here, but the FBI secretly deployed 274 plainclothes agents into the January 6, 2021 Capitol riot crowds. A fact hidden for over 4.5 years until current director Kash Patel's team turned over a 50-page after-action report to Congress. Agents lacked proper safety gear and clear identification, risking misidentification by other law enforcement, one agent wrote. I wish you all would pay more attention to our safety than what type of masks we wear. Rank and file agents slammed the Bureau's leadership, claiming political bias-infected operations under James Comey and Chris Wray. Our response to the Capitol riot reeks of political bias, one agent stated. Another wrote, we've been used as pawns in a political war. So this is feedback for future. And this has, I guess, I don't remember hearing any information about public transportation. Was it safe to take public transportation during these recent events? Draft procedures. Wow. Okay. Feedback for the future. Huh. Agents criticized the FBI's aggressive pursuit of January 6 cases compared to minimal action against 2020 black. Yeah. The disparity, guys. The fucking disparity is pretty fucking stark. God, I hate these people. Agents criticized the Black Lives Matter rioters, with one noting, "I don't recall a single instance where the FBI made any attempt to put the resources behind the summer riots of 2020." Because that's not what they want to go after. They want anarcho-tyranny. That's what they are wanting. They want the victims, they want the normal citizens to be the fucking bad guy. The report reveals internal frustration over the Washington field office's hopelessly broken culture prioritizing wokeness over crime fighting. One agent urged the FBI should make clear to its personnel that and the public that it ultimately still takes its mission and priorities seriously. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan and Subcommittee Chair Barry Loudermilk demand answers on why courts and defendants were not informed of the agent's presence, raising concerns about prosecutorial fairness. So this says agents. This doesn't say confidential human sources. This says plainclothes agents. Fuck. I didn't think it was going to be that much. I mean, I thought it was dozens, but I didn't think it was that much. And this just really adds to the whole thing. They've used this. The left has used this over and over. And establishment bitch-made Republicans have used this over and over again. And people who have not actually looked into this have used this over and over again. And at this point, if you haven't looked into it a little bit, you're willfully ignorant and go fuck yourself. If you haven't looked into the certification date 2021 bullshit and you haven't realized that it was a Fedsurrection, you're a fucking dumb bitch. And I don't want you to be able to vote. I want you to have your right to vote fucking stripped, because you are not an intelligent individual. You are not a responsible individual, and I don't trust any of your fucking decisions. So I don't want you to control policy in any fucking way whatsoever. If you still believe that fucking line, you are a goddamn sheep, and you should never be allowed near a voting booth. Fuck all the way off. And as far as the fucking federal agencies that have done this shit, treason. They should be charged with treason. There should be a court process, and the punishment should be severe. This has damaged this country. These three-letter agencies, these intel apparatuses, apparati, is that the word? Have so severely tainted any trust in institutions that we are just not what we could be as a country. And I think that there have to be some type of, organizations. There should be. But we need an etch-a-sketch approach. We got to shake this shit up and start over with something different. Because right now, it is so damn necrotic that it is causing a gangrenous infection in our country and in our culture. And I am tired of it. And I'm tired of people sticking their fucking heads in the sand like a retarded ostrich and saying, "Okay, daddy government, go ahead and rail me." It's tiresome. And I'm so mad. And this isn't going to get that much coverage. And the normies ain't going to fucking look at this. The normies aren't even close to interested. It's septic. Yeah, we're in sepsis. Our culture, our country it's septic at this point. Yeah. Because of the three-letter agencies. And that's why I say they should be scattered to the fucking winds. And I think they've made their point in certain ways to certain people, and we're not going to probably see as much as we want because of that. Because they lie, they deceive. That's their MO. That's what they're about. Dang it, you pushed the wrong button. Oh no. I wish someone would etch my sketch. Whoa there, Tant. Whoa there. Yeah. This is thanks for sharing, Chops. You got me ranting. You got me ranting at the end of the stream, damn it. See if I can find something happy. Let's end on a happy note, maybe? I don't know. But I mean, at least we know now. At least it's out there. People are going to be able to talk about it and actually look at it, and maybe I don't know, maybe some accountability will come at some point for this shit. That's all. Why is it so hard? Why is it so hard to have accountability? I don't understand why it is so hard. Let me see here. Let me do a little scrolling. A little scroll here. A lot of negative shit. Oh, God. I don't even want to talk about the American Sociological Association with their freaking degenerate study, quote unquote. Rub some bacon on it. That always makes me happy. There you go. There you go. Let's see. Oh, shit. Oh, wait. Might have a happy here. It's from July 17th. Why is this popping up now? Good God. Oh, wait. I bookmarked this the other day. Here's a cool lizard, damn it. Here's a cool lizard. It's beautiful. It's a gorgeous little lizard chameleon thingy. I think this is down in Florida.
Beautiful. So usually I get snake calls. And today I get a call today, and the gentleman found this dude crawling around in the neighborhood. Hey, bud. Sometimes they can bite. Oh, you're not even going to bite me, are you? Oh, my God. You got to be kidding me.
So pretty.
That is the most bizarre. Can you?
Yeah, for sure.
Beautiful.
This is like.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Was a Chino with a single, huh? Lizard people.
Wow. Is that his penchant?
No. That was his.
Lizard
You got to be kidding me. Where's his head?
He's and you're right just under his head. And his front leg is coming out on you.
Oh my God, this is a trip. Dude, you are the coolest dude ever.
I want one.
My kids are going to frickin' flip.
Really?
I mean, this is just a bizarre creature.
It is so strange.
I think they're, I think Madagascar.
That's what I just read. They are from Madagascar. Uh-huh.
You are rad.
So,
he's so healthy.
He's very colorful.
I think what I'll try to do is put ads up first because this is somebody's pet.
Yeah, I just posted up on Nextdoor.
Did you?
I did.
Okay,
I did. Just
perfect.
put his lost and found. Say, hey,
Nextdoor.
If somebody shows up, I'll let you know.
Give him my number.
Yeah.
Perfect. You can.
Oh, that's nice. They're trying to find the owner. That's cool. Buzzacino with a single. Let me check it. Let's give this a listen maybe here. Buzzacino released my first single, "Enough Is Enough" by Buzzacino and the Bear. Ooh. Oh shit. Let's give it a listen. Why not? Let's end on one of the Killdozers here in the Dozer Den with an original. Enough is enough. Polar Protection over there on the YouTube. Dang, you got 200. Did you say you have 221 subscribers? 221 subscribers. Nice. I don't get any traction over there, but that's okay. The water's warm here on Rumble. Here is Enough Is Enough from Buzzacino.
I am human, born with the right. For this life I'm allowed to fight. Do the best I can to be free. The world knows this is liberty.
Now wait, is this AI or is this your voice? Just wondering.
To go where we want to go. To know what we want to know. To be all that we can be. We have the right to destiny. I'm alive, so stop keeping me down. You're treating me like your personal clown.
Okay, so AI voice, but your words. Thank you for sharing. That is still relevant and still important. Still valid, damn it. Thanks for sharing.
Making things so tough. It's time to stop this. Enough is enough. As we journey through this life, cause no trouble and no strife. Life at best more problem free. In a more stable society, where children can safely grow, where the music can always flow, to be part of nature's dance, and truly give love its chance. sense. I'm alive, so stop keeping me down. You're treating me like your personal clown. You won't back off, making things so tough. It's time to stop this. Enough is enough. So as we walk along our path, we learn to cry and learn to laugh. For these feelings that we feel makes our reality seem real. Perception sees more every day, where wisdom grows and shows the way. So to be smiling at the end is truly alright, my friend. I'm alive, so stop keeping me down. You're treating me like your personal clown. You won't back off, making things so tough. It's time to stop this. Enough is enough. I'm alive, so stop keeping me down. You're treating me like your personal clown. You won't back off, making things so tough. It's time to stop this. Enough is enough. It's time to stop this. Enough is enough.
Well, thanks for sharing there, Buzzacino. Appreciate you, man. Good stuff. It's a good beat. Interesting lyrics. I'll have to listen to that again and process them. I did like them. Very nice. Very nice. All right. All right, guys. Well, we are coming up on about 3 hours. I said I was going to go 2 hours, but what happened? I was a dirty, rotten liar yet again. But thank you guys so much for making this stream freaking amazing. You guys are awesome. Hope you enjoyed the show. We are going to raid some people. Who are we going to raid on? Pilled. We'll do Cancel This Podcast. He is a fantastic commentator and gamer on Pilled and on Rumble. Cancel This Podcast. And definitely worth your viewership and worth your follow. Let's see who we're going to raid here on the Rumble machine. We're up to 39 likes. If you haven't hit that like button here on Rumble, go ahead and give it a good smashing. Let's see who we want to raid. Let's raid Good Logic. Why not? Oh, yeah, he's doing call-ins right now. We're going to raid Good Logic. Wait, will he raid people out? You're going to raid the fridge. Heck yeah, TFMB. Thanks for a great time. See y'all again soon. Heck yeah. I'll be back on Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Central unless anything, something crazy happens. I need to get some more liquor. Oh, he's wrapping up. Okay, never mind, Sanglant. Never mind. So, well, never mind, guys. Not Good Logic then tonight, because I don't want to send you guys over and thank you for saying something before I sent you guys over there. But we do try to raid out here on the platforms, so heck yeah. Absolutely be blessed. Guys, speaking of be blessed, really quick, when I was getting the glass changed in the in Lady Dozer's van, I was sitting there in the waiting room, and another customer came in. He was an older fella, in his late 70s, and he had a service member hat on. He was in the Navy, and I struck up a conversation with him. We started talking, I was just listening to him, and people tend to just talk to me. I don't know what it is. It kind of, you talking about the prayer, it got me thinking about that. We started talking about, God and faith and stuff like that. And he talked about how he had traveled the world and ended up opening up about talking about his wife and how they had been married for 40 years and they had bought what they was going to be their dream house or something like that. And within 90 days of them buying their dream house, she had a heart attack and died. And, you know, he just started opening up to me and talking to me about these things. And, you know, I was kind of talking back and forth with him. And he told me at one point, he goes, finally asked me, because we struck up a conversation and started talking without even getting names first. His name is Alan. He said, Bill, he said, I don't talk to people. He said, I struggle with social anxiety. It's hard for me to talk to people. He said, but I felt a kindred spirit with you. And I just want to say thank you for that, because it helps. And he said, he told me he had a PTSD and all this stuff, and ended up giving me a hug. Shook my hand and gave me a hug before I left the building. And it was just a really positive interaction with somebody. And it did something for me, and I hope it did something for him. I hope I was able to help him. Sounded like I did. But Crazy Duckley said he needed you. Yeah. It was just a really positive, and just I don't know. I just say it's a God thing. I felt like it was a God thing. So, he said, keep me in your prayers. And I said, absolutely. God be with you. And, I mean that 100%. So just take time to talk to people. You know, there's a lot of humans out there that you never know what they might be going through. You never know what struggles and what dark things they might be struggling with. And even if it's just sitting there and listening to somebody, that can be very, very important to someone. So there you go. Just wanted to share that. Thanks for saying that, Crazy Duck Lady. You got me thinking about that. So thanks for saying what you did. But all right. We got to find somebody to raid. Let's see. Let's do third Railify. Or well, wait. We haven't done Schma in a while. We do. Gosh darn, there's so many people on right now. Let's see. We'll do third Railify. Yeah, we'll do Sean and Gina. Lovely bunch over there. They'll probably be on for another hour or so, I think. Yep. There you go, Buzzacino. Little Beatles lyrics. Nice. Be available. Yep. No schma. All right. We'll do this one here, and then we're going to do the Dozer Den theme song before we head out, because we got to. Got to, guys. And thanks for hanging out here in the Dozer Den tonight, y'all. So we'll do third Railify here in a second. Rest well, remember. Let us do the Dozer Den theme song. If I can find it here in a second. Scrolling. There we go. Let's rock.
Land of power, land of might, exceptional rage, endless fight, patriot bulldozer, leading the way, crushing all foes, making them pay. Flag in hand, fury in eyes, screams of pride, ignoring lies, iron grip, ruthless and cold, American dream, fierce and bold, bow before the storm, unstoppable wave, marching forward, no soul to save, bulldozers wreck, tearing apart, exceptionalism, fire in the heart, no retreat, no surrender, bulldozers force, a savage offender, red, white, blue, burning bright, in the chaos he finds delight, blazing trails of destruction left,
Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you on Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Central. Y'all have a good one.